Welcome back to Hidden Power. This is a Pokemon podcast. Today will be your live coverage and news roundup for the 2024 Game Freak TeraLeak. This is new information. We got breaking information. This is probably day 18, part 10 of our series here. We got a lot to cover. We've got potentially... So, again, this is all beta information. This is all like concept art. In the making of all of these older Pokemon games over the last 25 years. Today what we're going to be looking at is Gen 6, Gen 7, I think just those two generations, and somewhat just to give you a little bit of a highlight, maybe a tease for what we're going to get into today. It looks like there was a beta concept, originally a conceptualized version of Pikachu, a regional variant of Pikachu and Raichu that had a fire type. We also have some information about a scrapped flying type Eeveelution. That is insane. We also have just so much more. I don't even know where to begin. My name is DustyGogoat, and today I'm also joined by the LumiosePost. How you doing, man?
I mean, you know, you just kind of listed a lot of good reasons to be very depressed.
Depressed? No, this is all exciting. I always look at this stuff.
It's exciting, but it is like...
It is a little depressing.
Oh, you know?
Yeah.
You know, what's the saying? Everyone's saying, we were robbed. I also like how we're like doubling up on the screens up there, you know? That's kind of fun.
Oh, that is cool. You can kind of see what's going on. I like that a little bit. How's the chat doing? I see Dwarfinator, Noivy, Jark's here. Who else but Zane? And right there, we got the Rogue Emerald claiming their second month, renewing their channel membership on YouTube. They say, hey. Morning, everyone. Thank you,
morning
the Rogue
you.
Emerald. I hope you're doing well, ma'am. Yeah, let's get into it. Where do you want to begin, man? I mean, this is something from 18 minutes ago. This is like a concept video, kind of like what we took a look at last night for maybe the battle animation.
Something a little more breaking. Like, not a lot of people are talking about this.
Oh yeah,
I don't even think Centra's posted it.
What are you thinking?
So there's no like pictures. Some of these Pokemon, it's just like, you know, they see that it existed. But there is a scrapped Scyther regional variant that was supposed to be in the Alola region.
What?
Bug Fairy.
No.
Now, it gets more interesting, though. It gets really weird.
Okay.
So, you know, obviously Sun and Moon's the first game that did the regional variants, right? And if you remember, it was all Kanto. Yeah.
Wait, so I need to pull something up. Do we have... What's the source of this? A new Scyther.
Let me grab the... little thing that I have that's like translated. Hang on a second.
Hey, Char Civic Valley,
or...
Mark's in the chat, Jordan's in the chat. How you guys doing?
Where you want it? Discord?
Discord would be
Twitter?
easiest. I have that pulled up.
Okay. I'm gonna send it into the trust then. There you go. It is sent, sir.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so to break this down, Hossam, as it is called there, that's Scizor. So the interesting thing is this says that this Fairy Bug Scyther would evolve into Scizor, but Scizor would not have an Alolan form.
What? Okay, hold on. And again, this is machine translations, right?
I do not know. Yori, you're in the chat. Is this machine translated?
All right, it says strike. All strikers in the Alola region have this form. All strikers... What?
Scyther, just so we're clear.
Oh, strikers is Scythers. Okay, I got you. So all Scythers in the Alola region will have this form. The type is Fairy and Bug type, and it evolves into Hassam by evolving, communicating exchange with Metal Coat. The Alolan region form does not exist in Hassam. So this is like, okay, I see what you're saying. So depending on when this was actually taken from, right, what part of the timeline this is at, I could see this really just being, what this reminds me of a little bit is... not necessarily a fairy type, but maybe an early version of these convergent forms that we've talked about, that we've seen, where, because I feel like I've heard someone, was it someone was talking about the idea of like... That
was Jake.
Was it Jake? Okay.
The starters being a regional form, but
then
evolving into the regular.
Yeah, and I think that reminds me of convergent form a little bit, because the idea is like you have two separate species that continue to evolve into one singular thing, right?
Well, that's actually not what convergent evolution is. Convergent is like they evolve into different things, but those different things have similar attributes.
Yeah, so that's what
a real world example would be like bats and birds, not remotely related,
Sure.
but both evolve to have wings.
Yeah,
know?
but my idea is like they both keep evolving to become more and more similar, and the idea would be, I mean, I don't know how else to explain this, where a fairy and bug type Scyther regional form would evolve into, and actually no, you know what? Scrap everything. No, this is what it is. No, that's tough.
It's dumb.
Wait,
it makes
what?
sense, but it's dumb. So the idea is because it's fairy bug, right? So Scyther is keeping the bug typing. Well, Scizzor's bug steel, and it evolves from a metal coat. So the idea is if this bug Pokemon's being influenced by a metal coat to evolve, it would still be bug steel. But that's still, it's dumb. It's obvious why they scrapped this one because, you know, everyone would be upset if they caught them. They see, a Alolan Scyther. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see Alolan Scizor.
Could it be?
They trade it to their friend with that Medico, and it's the same thing.
Could it be? No, all strikers in the Alola region have this form. I'm wondering if there's any other way to interpret this, like almost as if like Scyther would have been a new form. I get what you're saying. Maybe the Alolan region form does not exist in Hassam. This is breaking my brain. I'm trying to make this make sense. Dwarfinator. Morning.
It's just dumb.
Yeah, it is kind of dumb. Because it's an early version of this concept of the regional forms. Dwarfinator, shout out to you for being
What's up, man?
a Box Legendary channel member for 6 months. Yeah, morning, y'all. Hope you're doing well, man. I don't know. To me, I look at this and I'm really trying to wonder if this could make any sense. Because again, when I look at all this scrapped stuff, half of it is scrapped because it's a bad idea. Half of it is scrapped because it doesn't make sense for the region, but is then reiterated into later games or later features. Really,
I think this falls in the former category. Like, I think it was just because, you know, a lot of these documents, they've talked about like fan perception, right? Like they've been like, do we want to do this idea because people might not like it, or even like, you know, Jake talked about like the Pikachu thing where like we don't want to do this because it might look like, you know, he's doing the Nazi thing. So like they're very conscious of what people think, and I think they were well aware that if we do a Scyther that's bug fairy and it evolves into the same Scizor we've had for the last 20 years, people are going to be pissed. Because another thing too is you have to think there's no way to devolve a Pokemon, right? Unless you like, you know, turn off your game and go back to wherever you last saved.
Yeah.
So you have to think you caught this Alolan Scyther. You were so excited to see Alolan Scizor. It is all, I mean, Dusty, you're a huge Scizor fan. You know that you would be like, I can't wait to see what Alolan Scizor looks like. And then you evolve it. And not only now is it the same Scizor, but you don't have your Alolan Scyther anymore because you can't evolve a Pokemon. So it's gone, you know?
I feel like we have seen this somewhere in the game. Maybe, you know what a good example of this type of evolution is? It's through Gigantamax with Appleton and Flapple, how they both Gigantamax into the same exact like Pokemon. That's kind of what this is, which now that exists, and I don't think anyone likes that they share it. We also see it with the Mega Evolution. Essentially, the Mega Evolution for Latios and Latias are the same thing, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it makes more sense because that's a split Evo reconnecting.
Yeah.
Whereas like with Scyther, like, you know, there's not.
That is a split Evo. Oh, this is a whole debate all over again.
It's not really a split Evo though. You know what I mean? Like there's no way for me to make my Kanto Scyther an Alolan Scyther. You know, I can breed it and its offspring can be Alolan, but there's no way like.
No, I know what you're saying.
Gameplay-wise, mechanically, they're not connected.
Yeah, both of those evolutions share the DNA of like Applin.
Right, like they were both Applin at one point. They were both at one point the same thing.
This is so interesting. I guess I could kind of see that I could see this being a thing. I guess it wouldn't really be that fun. Yeah, this really is just an early version. It would be kind of cool if like it could evolve into, because I get it. Like if you take an Alolan Scyther and you give it the metal coat, it would essentially, it's still Scyther, it still evolves into Scizor. I guess what I would want is if you have that same evolution, then you have, which is what we have now, a regional form of Scizor. which is
Right,
essentially
like you'd want
that's
to be
how it
with
works
Fairy
now.
Steel Scizor instead.
Sure.
Which, by the way, Fairy Steel Scizor. Do you have any idea how like competitive?
Yeah, that would be
That
powerful.
oh
Powerful.
oh.
Dude, let's hope we
But
get something like this in the future. This is so cool.
um,
Holy cow. All right, let's go to the namesake of the title. Oh my gosh, dude, there's so many things. Okay, this is hilarious. We have a pooping Pikachu.
on a toilet.
Breaking news. There's a pooping Pikachu right here. A Pikachu on a toilet. Holy cow. Here, hold on. Let's
What will I think of next?
I know. So amazing. Hold on. There's so many weird
We
documents.
were robbed.
There's so many weird documents because, and I don't even know if I want to get into it, but there's so many weird documents here where like we're just seeing behind the curtains of Game Freak considering what could be deemed offensive, which is like actually good due diligence. Like they're going through it and trying to make things like as appealable and non-offensive as possible. They're just kind of covering their bases, but it's weird to look at the documents and see them so like blatantly referencing. This is something really cool that I want to talk about. This is the Sun and Moon scrapped dress up like function. You could like dress up your Pokemon and customize
Well, we
them,
know
which
that
is really
that
cool.
was scrapped from X and Y as well.
Yeah, we have
Like that is Sun and Moon, what you're seeing, but we saw that there was something called Fashion Battles in X and Y.
Yeah.
Where they were, and they eventually did pseudo implement it into Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
Yeah. That's absolutely true. I think it's something we could see.
It's kind of shocking we haven't seen it since,
It is a little bit, yeah.
Since Let's Go, how many games have there been? There have been like 3, 4, 5, 4. If Legends EA doesn't include it, 5.
Well, I think the dress up feature has really been around since maybe Generation 4 or Generation. Yeah, I would say Generation 4 with the contests, and then Generation 5 with whatever that mini game's called. But
we don't talk about musicals.
But here it is right here. Pikachu and Raichu originally were planned to have a fire-type regional form. There's 2 ways to interpret this. And I don't have a translation for this. Okay. Someone has a rough translation of this. Image of a parallel evolution about Pokemon evolution, new forms of evolution. In this game, Pokemon can undergo various evolutions by meeting certain conditions. For example, Pichu grew up in the volcanic region of this region. It evolves into a fire-type Pikachu with I can't read that. Something...
I'm not even going to attempt to read that. I'm having a stroke just trying.
Pikachu grew up never before seen appearances with a never before... Okay, so it just has like a new design. And then it says some Pokemon have multiple evolution conditions. And I don't know, man. I still look at this like it's a separate split evolution, but this is okay.
You realize though the underlying thing here.
What?
If I'm not mistaken, it may not have been confirmed, but it has always been like heavily rumored that Gorochu was electric fire.
Yeah.
So like we very well could have gotten like a Gorochu Raichu.
Flarachu, Gorochu. Yeah, man. And but yeah, this is all very exciting. Like, I love this. I actually used to conceptualize...
Okay, so Yori says it was just an example, but not actually planned. So, like, they were just showing, like, hypothetically, this is how regional forms work. Yeah. But they weren't actually, like, saying there's going to be a fire Pikachu.
Yeah, which is crazy because there are episodes of me conceptualizing, like, maybe a, like, fusion or, like, a new breeding mechanic gimmick where you can like change the type of your Pokemon, but it's not really regional evolution. And I feel like I was always using Pikachu as an example, and I would always be like fire type because that's easy to imagine what a fire type anything would be. Yeah, Yori, I think you're probably right that this is just again concept art or concept work. But it is cool. It's so cool to see Game Freak considering these concepts. It makes it almost feel a little bit more real. Right, even though it's just a concept. Sheesh. I don't know. What do you... Yeah, man, Gorochu, like a Pikachu that evolved into then Gorochu is really sweet. That would feel so good. I feel like they would actually give it a different name, though.
I mean, just in general, too, like, I don't know, the idea of, like, a fire-type Pikachu is kind of cool. But it does... I don't know, it does, like, Yori saying that's, just a concept does make a lot of sense because, like, would they ever change Pikachu? You know what I mean?
I mean,
like,
yeah,
like just because it's the mascot, and if you make all the Pikachus in this region look like this new Pikachu, then the old Pikachu that's the face of our franchise isn't showing up anywhere.
It could show up alongside. I think that is probably what they considered, and that is why we ended up with Alolan Raichu. But I do think it's possible. I honestly, I don't think nothing's impossible. I think they're willing to try something. Because if Pikachu is so popular, and then they give us another Pikachu, now we have two awesome things, right? I do think it's possible.
There's a point of popularity where, like, I feel like they don't want to cross it. You know, like Meowth is a good example because, like, that's a very popular Pokemon.
Sure.
But it's one that's popular. It's not popular enough to where they
mascot.
Can change it, you know?
Sure.
But, like, Pikachu, I feel like it's like...
No, that's true. Pikachu in a lot of ways is synonymous. It's essentially like a pseudo logo, right?
It to Pokemon is what Mickey Mouse is to Disney.
Yeah. And I guess what we see is
if there's new kids playing Sun and Moon, then, you know, they're going to go to their store and they're going to see this Pikachu plush and they're going to go, what's that?
Sure,
you know?
That's true. And if you take that Pikachu and change it, now the old Pikachu seems like an old Pikachu and not not something that's like permanent and forever.
They honestly also maybe, if you wanted to get really tinfoil hat, maybe they even too were thinking like, we don't want to make a design and people like it better than Pikachu. Like, you don't want to make and people go, Alolan Pikachu's better than the original, you know, and then like
yeah, this is nuts, man. This is really cool to just see that there. I mean, obviously it's concept work. It's just it's an idea. It's a concept, right? We've been saying the word concept a lot, but like it's literally like they're just thinking out loud. They're saying okay, this is how regional forms could work. Right, and I think fire type is a really easy one to conceptualize. Another thing here is this idea of here we go. A flying type Eeveelution was originally planned for Generation 7. This is Centro's commentary. We're gonna read this, but okay. Okay, hold on. This is so small. Open image in new tab. All right, flying type Eevee. On hold.
Put on hold.
After being told that the design was similar to a design created by a fan, I saw this. It was decided that the design costs would be very high. What? If there is a game where flying Eevee is the main character, or if there is a high value in the game, then it is not worth the high cost. We could make that decision, but that is not the case at the moment. We will put it on hold until we can determine the importance of the new Pokemon. Wow, man. This is, I kind of was a denier, but I guess this is real. I mean, I guess if this is coming from Game Freak, Game Freak really does not want to mess around with fan concepts, because then all of a sudden they don't own the rights potentially.
Well, that's been known before. They've stated that they intentionally try to avoid looking at fan art because they don't want it to be a subconscious thing, right? Like if my boss tells me, you know, we're talking about like a Greece Gen 10 region, so if I'm sitting here wanting to think of a Minotaur design and, you know, I go online and I see someone designed a really cool Minotaur Pokemon, like, how can I later, when I'm drawing the Minotaur Pokemon, I thought that one was really cool, how can I not accidentally take him?
I would say you just get another designer to create it. You know?
Yeah, you can, but, you know, eventually it gets to the point where it's, like, super tedious because it's like, you know, oh, boss, I accidentally saw the Minotaur. You got to hand this over to Johnson, you know?
I don't know. I think all types of art borrow from other types of art. And if you just get a good artist, put them in the room with no prior concept, like just get literally a super talented artist who's never thought about Fakemon or Pokemon, and say, this is an Eevee, it can evolve into any type, it's represented, when it evolves, it represents the type is flying type. Draw whatever you think that would be. And then they go, great, let's turn that into a Pokemon. We haven't looked at any other Fakemon, and that's the design. This is the same BS excuse that they use for Flygon.
No, with Flygon, they said they just couldn't come up with a good design.
Yeah, probably
fan design.
Sure, probably because there's too many fan designs. Like, what do you mean you can't think of a good design? That's ridiculous. I mean, that's
speculative. You know, it might just be a thing of they just didn't feel it lived up to it the way they... You know, because that's the thing, it's already subjective too, right? Like, you know, sure, maybe you and I would have saw it and been like, that is the sickest thing I've ever seen. But maybe they would have looked at it and they don't feel it. You know, Flygon's their baby, you know? I know we like to think, hey, if this is my favorite Pokemon, it means the world to me. But it was created by Game Freak. It's their baby. They probably like it more than we do, you know. But I do think if I may show my bias for a moment,
This is so frustrating.
I think that what you're describing, this how you're wanting art to imitate or reference other
Art does, no matter what.
It does, but I think the fact that Pokemon makes an effort to avoid this is what separates Pokemon designs from Palworld.
Yeah, I mean, I think those are pretty far sides of a spectrum. Like, one is like purposefully, like taking elements, right? And the other one is, it could. I don't know. I think there is I don't know. This is my favorite design of all time. This is
interesting. Epic Randomness said artists, like fan artists, have said that Flygon is not an easy Pokemon to make a Mega for.
Yeah, I wonder do we know who that would be? Do we know who said that?
I mean, I think he's just saying some fan artists in general.
Yeah, I could.
But Epic Randomness, I could see it. One specific, drop it. I mean, you think Flygon's a cool design, man, and it's a pretty, especially for its era, it's a pretty complex design. So I can see it being a Pokemon that's like it's already S tier. It's already pretty complex. How do we take that further without kind of, you ever heard the see, I'm about to show my inner pastor's kid. I always grew up, my dad always said more is less if it's more than God's best. And that's kind of what I think here. Like,
I don't know, there's a lot of cool stuff you could do, man. I think you do. I think what you do
all of these look overcomplicated to me. They don't look bad, but they just look over designed, and they look like they don't look like they should be a Mega Flygon. Like the best one I see is that one by Hoops and Hip Hop. Yeah. That would be a good Paradox.
I think this would work as a Flygon. I think it could be tweaked a little bit, but this would be so. To me, what a Mega is you take it kind of. I mean, I don't know how great of a design this is, but this looks like a fusion almost. But basically, the best Megas to me take design elements from previous Pokemon in the evolutionary line and incorporate them into the design, or they take whatever the core concept is of the Pokemon and just like emphasize it even further. Like Mega Mawile is Mawile with 2 jaws, right? Sableye has gems and it rips out a gem out of its body, right? Those are examples of the exaggeration. But then you have Pokemon like Tyranitar. You could say the same thing. Well, what are you going to do with Tyranitar? And what they do is they basically take things from Pupitar, like shapes and illusions to Pupitar, and work those into the design, and then they just give it more spikes. I think they have a very clear opportunity, if they were going to do a Flygon, to just give it, you can either make it a ground dweller, something that like whatever it's called, Trapinch, or you can even work in some colors from Trapinch, or maybe you give it a skull, right, that works a little bit more like Trapinch.
See, you can say all these ideas, but like I know you're not an artist unless you've been hiding that from us. But like, I'm drawing it out is another thing. Like it's one thing to say, "Hey, here's something they could do," but then when you draw it out, you might go, "You know what? This ain't that cool."
I don't know. To me, I think a lot of Mega Evolutions are not that definitive. They just seem like further ideas. So I think there's really no excuse. Like this.
Well, that's the thing is,
this is a great design. This is a great design right here.
I do not think that if you told me Mega Flygon and you showed me this, I think it's a good design, but it does not live up to the hype.
I think if this was,
in my opinion, it's too close to regular Flygon, in my opinion.
No, it's much different. If you can see up here, this little, let me zoom in here.
The Rogue Emerald just upgraded to Box Legendary. Thank you so much.
Awesome, man. Thank you, the Rogue Emerald. Wait. They renewed and then they just upgraded?
Yeah.
Awesome. That means you're getting a holiday card in December. We're going to be sending you a holiday card for Box Legendary members and up.
Yep.
Yeah, so this creator removed where is this? This creator removed their picture off of Twitter, but like, I don't know. I look at this and it has this one pose where it's like all coiled, which is really cool. But then it's like you zoom out, it looks way more like a dragonfly, which I'm like, that's better. This is awesome. This is so cool. This is as awkward and weird and as much of a departure, but still kind of emphasizes its already existing traits as like Mega Salamence or something. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
I think there are unlimited ideas, and I don't think Megas are actually definitive versions of themselves. Oftentimes, I prefer the regular Pokemon to the Mega. So I think you can think of something. It's just still fun to have the option, and you can make eventually more than one Mega.
I get a little nervous whenever, we're looking at fan designs, because when I say I don't like it for a Mega, it's still objectively great art, the thing I always say is I don't listen to Ariana Grande. I don't care for Ariana Grande. I'd be an idiot if I told you Ariana Grande was not talented.
Yeah,
she clearly is.
You would be. She's the GOAT.
She's clearly got talent. I just don't care for her music.
All right.
But that said, with another thing too, in fairness to these artists, is like, if you sit down, Dusty, and you think, I'm going to draw a Mega Flygon, maybe you could come up with something good. But instead, these artists are, for their job, having to draw lots of different Megas,
Yeah,
so
it
might be another thing, too, is it just kind of becomes repetitive. You keep drawing it up, and you're like, those are the same wings I gave Charizard. Scrap that, and...
Yeah, I hope... Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just disappointing to see that. I mean, it's kind of like just weird. It's weird that like, oh shoot, they literally are saying in their notes, in their project notes, that they're not going to go ahead with a flying type evolution. That's kind of crazy. Also, listen, this would also theoretically break the pattern, right? That we would get a new evolution every other generation, right? Gen 2, Gen 4, Gen 6. This would have been an evolution for Gen 7.
Yeah.
So honestly, that pattern out the window. We're not getting anything in Gen 10, or maybe we're getting this in Gen 10. Who knows?
Or maybe we are, but it just doesn't mean.
Yeah. Pattern. Oh man, that is so. Dude. And you know what? We haven't even discussed. Eeveelutions are always like the types used to be categorized. All of the Pokemon types as special or physical, and all of the Eeveelutions corresponded with a special type. This is no longer a thing after Gen 4, but that's how it was categorized. And this flying type evolution would be the first evolution typing to not be a special type, which is amazing. That, like, to think that Game Freak was considering this means they're open to the idea of giving us, a ghost type, a ground type.
I've always thought that theory was stupid with Eevee.
Well,
to be completely real, it was stupid. Let me correct myself.
Yeah.
It was stupid.
I mean, it's true.
After Gen 3, I think it was stupid. Like, yeah, it's true, but I think it's a coincidence. I don't think
Game Freak it's a coincidence.
Was ever at any point, like even in Gen 2 or Gen 3 or Gen 4, I don't think Game Freak was sitting here designing a fighting type evolution and then going, wait, no, boss. That's a physical attacker. We can't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, Umbreon was originally a poison type.
So true, man. So true. Yeah, I agree. It was originally, it really just was like one big coincidence. And it's like, okay, well, if that's really what it is, then we should look at that as they are considering this. You're right. Alongside poison type, the original poison type Umbreon, like I'm all for it, man. Give us a steel type evolution next gen.
I've always been for it. I doubt they're holding themselves to a pattern that frankly has not been relevant in a Pokemon game for like 20 years.
Yeah. Man, this is crazy. This stuff is literally like, so Sun and Moon for Gen 7, Sun and Moon, what is that? 8 years ago? 2016? Crazy.
2016, yeah, 8 years ago.
All right, let's see what else we got.
It both feels like yesterday and feels like a really long time ago.
Interesting. Okay, so Sun and Moon's code name Niji stands for New Standard of Interactive Joy and Innovation. That's so weird.
That's weird.
It kind of also, I mean, listen, joy and innovation, if that's what they're going for Sun and Moon, that actually matches, right? I feel like Sun and Moon was a big generation, where Game Freak was trying to do and implement new features, new experiences into the Pokemon games. Joy is definitely what I feel.
Oh, they're saying that the live stream's cutting out.
Oh, shoot. That's definitely
the audio, they're saying.
The audio's cutting out?
Yeah, it says stream is choppy. First, Epic Randomness said
it looks good on my end.
Noivy. Well, I mean, 3 people are saying it. Epic Randomness, Noivy, and Northender are all saying that the stream's choppy.
All right. It looks good on my end right now.
It's glitching out for me too from 5 ferrets.
Is it glitching out for you?
For me, let me see.
My internet looks good. It says we can't hear you. It just might be YouTube. It might be YouTube. I'm not sure. It looks good. Look at it. It says excellent condition on YouTube.
Shark says it's fine for me. Requiem Impact says it's fine for me. So some people, it's fine. Refresh y'all's browsers.
Yeah. Try that.
Not to be that guy, but turn it off and then back on.
It says the audio is choppy. Here, give me a second. I'm going to plug and unplug my audio. So just start talking, Lumi.
Aye. Is it everyone's audio or just Dusty's? That's a good question, too. So answer me that while he fixes that. And then this person said it skipped for a second. I refreshed and it's perfect now. Okay, so everybody refresh your things.
Okay. All right, let's get back to it. Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't tell us anything, but it's, it's a little nugget of trivia. And I guess it confirms that Game Freak was thinking forward about, I don't know. I like the word joy. That does match Alola. Like, I feel like when I play the Alolan games, like, everyone's just so happy, Yeah,
it's vibes.
We can come back to these. These are like inspirations for Sun and Moon characters. So we can come back to these. We've got scrapped gym building feature in Pokemon Sun and Moon. The project overview. After clearing this is a lot here. After clearing the game, a Pokemon gym will be established. This is a collective team term for a series of sub-events to scout suitable individuals to be gym leaders. Wow, very cool. You can actually do that in our Discord.
Because, the whole thing in Alola is, Kukui's building the league.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense that, okay, the league's built now. Let's get some gyms, because he was inspired by the Indigo League to do that.
Yeah. Project intent. The goal is to allow character fans to enjoy interactions with new characters from Niji and engage in Pokemon battles. While responding to character demand, the aim is also to incorporate flat battles to facilitate growth from casual to more intermediate level players and battle experiences. Player benefits. This is so cool. They're literally like, okay, why are we doing this? Or what is this? Why are we doing this? Who does it benefit? What does it look like? I love the planning. Just seeing the behind the curtain, setup of all this. Player benefits. Players can obtain gym badges for customization. Wow. Players will also acquire Pokemon adjusted for battle, which cannot be obtained in the wild. So I'm just wondering, is this really just early concepts for what the Sun and Moon games were going to be, and then it ended up being the trials?
No. This was purely a thing that was going to be post-game content. The idea was going to be you beat the league, and now Kukui's hey, we've got our own Pokemon League with an Elite Four, but other regions have gyms that you have to beat to get to the Elite Four. Let's establish gyms, and so you're scouting for gym leaders.
This is honestly fun, man.
I didn't.
It turns it into almost like a little sim game,
I didn't see Sintra talk about this, but something that came up too. I don't have an image or anything for it, but there was also originally planned to be a battle cruise. And basically, it was this cruise ship where it was also a battle facility, and the cruise ship would go dock at ports from other regions.
Bro, we literally were talking about this, when we were conceptualizing the Gen 10 game in the Mediterranean. That was one of the things we were talking about, last week.
Well, it was gonna port at all these different ports from the Pokemon world. And when it's at those ports, guess what? We're in Kanto, and Lieutenant Surge just boarded your ship, and that was the idea, was we're going to kind of be able to collect people at ports for your battle facility.
Wouldn't be surprised if all of the characters, or most of the characters that we had access to in the battle tree, were originally meant for this type of feature, right? Because those characters seem so random, and it seemed like it ended up just feeling like a lesser version of the Pokemon World Tournament, because they were kind of just a hand there, but to think that every time you go on this every time the ship arrives, someone from another distant land, it would make sense that it wouldn't be everyone. Only certain characters are traveling for whatever reason.
From the way it was described too, it was like a bit of a dice roll. Like, oh hey, today we're ported in Hoenn. Maybe Phoebe and Steven will board your ship. Or it might be Roxanne and Watson. Like it was kind of like a dice roll of who you'd get from that region too, which is pretty exciting. If you look, the guy who like stands out the most to me is Grimsley. From Sun and Moon, you see him there, and like his whole thing was like he was on vacation in Alola, and so like that's easy to imagine. Like you board the ship, and Grimsley's just chilling on the ship because he's on vacation. Also, Grimsley, like canonically, he's a gambler, and that's something that's pretty popular on cruise ships. So like it fits the vibe really well. Like I feel like that's what he was intended for. Apparently Dexio and Cena, you see Dexio right there. And Cena was his counterpart. Or not counterpart because they weren't like version exclusives, but they're buddies.
Yeah, they're buddies.
They're
from the X and Y games.
Intended, yeah, and the interesting thing is they were originally intended to be like a part of the gym scouting thing. Like they were going to become like Ice and Steel gym leaders or something.
Wow, dude. That's really interesting to think about, though. What are their teams?
I don't even think they're Steel and Ice. I'm pretty sure they're like Psychic and Ghost or something. I don't know.
Their teams are right here. Let's see. They had Turtonator, Slowbro, Whimsicott, Passimian, Ninetales, Braviary, Espeon, Slowbro, Whimsicott, Passimian, Ninetales, Braviary, Espeon. I just repeated a bunch of stuff. Interesting, man. That's cool. A lot of those, yeah, dude, that's really cool. That's cool, dude. These characters were in X and Y, and they just kind of guide you through the region. But to think that they're actually like trainers alongside you, I never really considered that, even though obviously we've known about them for 10 years. Man, that makes so much more sense. I think these characters are just like on cruise ships or whatever. I kind of love that.
Cute. So they have like their teams. If you look at Cena's, it's like all counterparts to Dexio's. Like Dexio had Alolan Ninetales and Passimian and Turtonator, and Cena has Drampa and Oranguru and Alolan Sandslash. I love that.
No, I like that too. What's Soul saying right now? Oh, the Alolan Scyther thing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, what has Soul been up to? Let's take a look. So this is crazy right here. I just kind of saw this. This was from 4 hours ago. Apparently there's more Gen 6 beta Pokemon concept art. So this is that little plant guy. Love this. This is brand new today. This is different from what we got a couple weeks ago. We have more concept art for this little dinosaur dragon, and the art does look more developed. This guy specifically, you can kind of see more of his body. We have this early version of a Klefki. So cool.
We already had that, did we not?
We had like not.
I looked at that.
Yeah, we didn't have this concept art. We had just an image of it, if that makes sense.
Hey, there's one more Alolan form too that we didn't talk about that was scrapped.
What is it?
Snorlax.
No. Mm-hmm. We have a regional Snorlax?
Yep.
Where's this information?
It came from, I don't remember their name, but it's the person with the Jasmine as their profile picture. They've been killing it with these leaks.
Let's see if I can pull it up.
They showed like the data list, and there's like listed for an Alolan Snorlax, which kind of makes sense too because you were given a Munchlax, if I remember correctly,
in Sun and Moon.
Sun and Moon.
Wow, dude, Alolan Snorlax.
That was the Torchic, like the Torchic event, like where they gave you a
Yes, you got a Munchlax. Yeah.
I think they gave you a Munchlax. And
that makes so much more sense.
Kukui also used a Snorlax. Maybe at one point his ace was going to be a
Oh my god,
Snorlax.
Dude, you're right. Where's Kukui? Actually, hold on. What is Wally's team? He ends up with a Garchomp. He evolves his Magneton.
But he evolves
pretty much the same team.
And Horus.
Oh, he does? Okay.
He has a Talonflame, I'm pretty sure, in Horus, but in here.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
I think he does. I think I remember that.
Let's see. Kukui had a Snorlax. I do remember that. That does sound familiar. Let's see. Yeah, so he doesn't have a Snorlax on his final team. Yeah, he does, right down here.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that Snorlax that Kukui had was an Alolan form. That's fun, man. That is so much fun. That's so much fun, dude.
Yeah, see, so there it is.
Dude, I love that.
It's fun, but also sad.
A little
It
bit,
also
yeah.
makes me think back to what was those things? It was like called like, man, there was like this old. It wasn't a leak because it never became true, but like there are like some diehard fans who swear it was like cut. It was like called Puke, and
What was
they
it?
mentioned a peninsula with a bunch of islands, which obviously didn't happen, but that's very similar to Alola, like in the sense of a bunch of islands.
Yeah.
And they mentioned that there was like a grass Snorlax, which, maybe
Dude.
if you want to feed that fire. This was a thing. People were obsessed with it.
I'll never forget the rumors, like the in the months leading up to the release of Sun and Moon, where we were getting rumors of like I don't know, like a water Arcanine, a psychic Machamp, a fighting type Alakazam. So much fun, dude. Just the idea of it, and none of it came true.
Yeah, well, and it looks like it was all bull anyways, because it's if it was the thing at some point, it would have been in here,
Absolutely. So we don't have translations for these, but what these are unused Sun and Moon Ride Pokemon design docs. It's again interesting to think about what Pokemon they were potentially considering. These are all, it's all Game Freak's consideration when they're thinking about whatever the new feature is, right? In their mind, they're imagining what Pokemon would be, something that you would ride in the game. And right here, we see that they were conceptualizing an Arbok as a ride Pokemon. Not sure what so what I want to take a look at is like what the effect of the ride Pokemon is, and maybe what this is. There's a little grass patch, and there's a round circle. There's like a radius around that grass patch when the trainer is riding the Arbok, and maybe this Arbok functioned like a repel. That'd be kind of cool because we've never seen anything like that. There are overworld effects through like abilities, like Pokemon abilities, but to see it as a ride Pokemon is interesting.
I think that was it because there are Intimidate, that ability.
Yeah.
It influences something about Pokemon. Is it? I think it's. Oh yeah. So from Pokemon Emerald onwards, if a Pokemon with Intimidate is in the first place in the party, there's a 50% chance it will prevent a random wild encounter.
Yes.
And Arbok is an Intimidate mon, so it kind of makes sense that.
That's perfect. This is how I imagine the future of Pokemon games, right? Immersion like this, where the Pokemon that are on your team, the ones that you choose, you should be rewarded through some additional gameplay outside of their like battle prowess. It should be like, if I capture and I'm training an Arbok, let me ride it, let me do something with it, let me affect the environment wherever I'm in, right? Give me a different playing experience rather than like, if you and I are picking different Pokemon, there's sacrifices in whatever Pokemon you don't choose, but there's like benefits in the Pokemon that you choose. This is really cool because this is like such a subtle thing too. Like it's not an HM.
The overworld, and they seem to be like removing that. Like used to synchronize made it where like, the wild Pokemon you'd run into would have the same nature as the synchronized mon.
Wow, yeah.
But they've actually they've removed that now. That's no longer.
They have removed it.
Yeah, in Scarlet and Violet they removed that. And there were other things too, like Intimidate, cutting the chances of wild Pokemon. Stench also cut the chances of wild Pokemon.
Yeah.
But it is sad to see them moving away from that because that's a very immersive part, which is something that I know you and I look for.
That's the best part. We also have a Rapidash here. I mean, obviously, I think this is just speed. That's the reference image for the Rapidash. Jumping. Maybe jumping. I mean, the little like thing it shows right here is really just it's just moving fast. That's kind of the motion, and they have a reference image of Ash riding Rapidash in the anime, so that makes sense. Pretty standard. This one's interesting.
This one was reworked into the anime.
So this is a character riding Magnezone, and it just kind of shows it like hovering, I guess.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit last night. We were saying that was the one, or no, that was it this one, or it wasn't this one? It was Weezing. My bad. That was like a segue. But they have concept art of like what the actual, like how you'd write it was supposed to be a thing, and they ended up using it in the anime. I'm about to send you an image of it, but like the concept art is like
Identical?
straight up used in the anime. Yeah, it's identical. I just said you like there's this girl who like she like is like the
wow.
announcer for like races and stuff, and she rides on a Magnezone like that.
Oh, dude, I love that. The little like the antenna becomes the controller or whatever. That's so much fun, dude. I love that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I
There
think
was
that's
another
fun, man. I
one
love
too that
Magnezone.
they showed that ended up getting reused in the anime, but I don't remember which one it was.
Let's see what else there is. Oh, this is weird. This is a Vivillon.
Vivian.
So Vivian picks you up. That's what it looks like. And then you can maybe hover, not fly, but you can go over objects.
Sure. So like getting to hop over, you know how there's ledges in Pokemon game and you jump off them? This would be like you could hop back over them, I guess.
That makes sense to me. I think in the Sun and Moon engine.
Pokemon, though.
Yeah, I don't know. In the Sun and Moon anime, I'm sorry, in the Sun and Moon games, obviously I don't think there was any potential of us like being able to fly. So they were like, let's pick something that's not a bird so as to not break the immersion. Because like you would think a butterfly wouldn't have the strength in its wings to like carry you high into the sky, but it can like lift you up temporarily.
It's arms, man. I'm a heavy guy.
I know, dude. Those arms would snap right off. Holy cow.
Butterfly ain't picking me up.
Dude, and I know this doesn't do anything for you, but there's a ton of new concept art. I think the art is really cool. For me, I'm thinking about, oh, this is crazy, dude. What? Festival Plaza concept art. Are you kidding me, dude? So for listeners, this is new concept art. This is depicting the Festival Plaza that you know and love or hate. And it's on top of an airship, which actually...
Oh, is that an airship? I thought it was a regular boat.
What is it?
I thought it was a regular boat.
Sure, I guess it could be a regular boat. It looks like an airship, but I think... No, you're right. To me, that looked like the sky. It looked like sky and clouds. You're right. Okay, so it's the regular Festival Plaza. It's like a little circle, and it is on a ship. And that would make sense with the Alolan region.
Hey, you know what?
Going port to port.
It looks really similar. This is kind of cool, too, because you think this is an Alola sending you this in trust. It looks like those Polynesian ships. Like, it's that style, which is pretty cool. Like, you know, the ones you see in, like, Moana.
Let me see. Yeah, I can see it, yeah. What would you call it? Like a double bow?
Yeah.
There's like almost two ships next to each other.
They've got a Hawaiian name for it that I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce, but it is a thing. A double hold voyaging canoe is what it would be classified as.
Wow. What, double voyage?
Double hold voyaging canoe.
Double hold. I could see it. It does look like that. It looks a lot bigger.
Hull. My southern's kicking in, you know.
Where did you imagine the Festival Plaza was? Because to me, it just felt like this imaginary place, or it felt like digital. It felt like it was.
I think I would have gone with digital,
like a video game.
Like, tied it to Sophocles.
Mm-hmm. It felt like I was like warping into a simulator.
I just tried not to think about it, to be completely honest, because I was just the whole time going, "Where's my PSS?" You know.
Yeah. Why does this not work? We have a ton of concept art for Silvally, for Drayden. Interesting, man. Anyways, this could be a different stream. I'm just staring at this art at how beautiful it is. Holy cow. Beautiful. It doesn't, I don't know. I think it's
had that before the Bryson one, at least.
Jeez, man. So we're just looking at concept art from Gen 5. There's Professor Burnett concept art, some more. What is this, Cygnus? Could that have been her name?
Maybe that was her code name, or maybe that was the code name for Dream Radar.
Oh, sure. We got more concept art. More concept art. All right, I'm gonna go check this out later. Oh, Cosmog.
Bringing her back and making her married to Kukui is a choice they did not have to do, but it was incredibly based.
I like it. Oh, dude, this is crazy. Okay, this is why I love this. It's stuff I can use for a thumbnail. This is the Shadow Triad. This is what they look like. This is their like concept art. I don't think we've ever seen this before. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is.
We haven't seen this concept art, but you could see what they look like in. They did a little animated trailer. You can't show it because they will DMCA you immediately, if not sooner. But they did like an animated trailer for Black 2 and White 2, and they're in it.
Will they really? I feel like I've put that in videos.
They did me when I did it once. Like I uploaded to YouTube, and YouTube was like, "Hey, you're not gonna be able to monetize this," and so I went, "All right, I'll take it down." And I just changed that part, removed that part of it and put it back up.
Bro, am I crazy? Is this this is the first time I've ever seen this How art? This is the rival in Black 2 and White 2. Oh, Hugh. What?
Yeah.
What was there? That's Hugh. That's
How is Sun and Moon.
Oh, okay. No, Sun and Moon is. Oh, that's Hop. You're right.
Hop
Hugh.
is Sword and Shield.
Hugh.
They made it hard.
Hugh
man.
How Hop.
They did Hugh How Hop.
Hugh How Hop. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is so cool, man. This would be epic in a thumbnail. And then we have Benga right here. Holy cow, dude. It's just like all high. We got the mom. We get the mom from Black and White 2. Dude, we got the mom. And she's got a watering can. And she's doing her chores. I love this, dude. This is sick.
She looks very anime. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like more than other Pokemon characters, she looks like she's like straight out of an anime.
Guys, we got the mom. Let's go. That's awesome.
Oh,
yeah.
Super chat.
North Ender Kanye. Thank you so much for supporting the chat.
Kanye.
Yeah, for supporting the stream and the podcast. He says, Elder Millennial here. Couldn't figure out how to gift memberships, so I'll just do a super chat instead. North Ender, guess what? I tried to do that the other day in this stream. I tried to do it the other day in Jake's stream, and I couldn't figure it out. So you're not alone.
I don't think I can.
I appreciate
it out.
the super chat.
To see if I knew how.
I would love to gift memberships, but dude, that's so funny. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Someone's got to help us out. I have no idea how to do it. How to gift memberships.
We've got the boomer mindset when it comes to technology.
I know.
At least I do.
These are new, dude.
Dusty
right?
spilled water on his computer, so he just.
I did.
Yeah, I haven't seen these before.
These
are in sisters, right?
I don't know if they're sisters or if they're like her. I think I
Adopted
just assumed they were like
sisters,
the caretakers. Are they sisters?
I honestly don't remember. I have not played because my Black and White game I had Pokemon White and it was broken for like the longest time. It had the blue screen of death, and I recently bought Pokemon Black. I was able to find it pretty cheap for what it is, and I bought it. But my wife is playing it now, so yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Too bad.
I'm due a replay though.
We got some Roxy art, some Colress art, more Colress, Sun and Moon Colress. Is this high resolution? I tried to use him in a thumbnail one time and it was so low. Dude, Heart Gold Soul Silver concept art for Giovanni. Wow, man. The art doesn't even look that good, but he looks more mob boss than ever. It's the broad stance, the broad pants. Dude, a bunch of Sun and Moon X and Y characters. X and Y dress up.
Wait, scroll up, Dusty. And
what?
I want you to know that I can't either, so no hate here. Can you name one of those girls in that picture your mouse is on?
No, I have no idea. One of these
I
four?
X and Y, and I can't name them.
No, I don't know any of them.
I don't even know how to pronounce that. XY Chatelains?
Yeah, Chatelains. I have
They're
no
pretty
idea.
cool designs, too. So
They
I
actually
hate
are.
That, they just kind of didn't give them a chance to shine like they did with the Battle Brains or the Subway bosses or anything.
No, they are pretty cool. Dude, there's so much stuff here. What is this? Pokeathlon art? Dude, Cyndaquil is eating, dude. Look at Bayleaf in the back. Looking grumpy. I can't see Totodile anywhere. Holy cow, man. Is this new? This has to be new, too. This is the X and Y rivals. Shauna. What is this? Trevor? No, this is... Yeah, Tierno and Trevor.
It's Trevor.
What is this, dude? Trevor, is this... No, this is just a random person on his hollow receiver.
I think that's just like the male character, just like...
Sure.
There's the female one on Tierno.
Yeah. We got Tierno on his skates, dude. This is probably painful for listeners, for just podcast listeners, but man, dude, we're going to have to just dig through all of this later. There's so much stuff. What is this? Oh, dude, Moan. Moan. So this is Lily's father before he went off to become a farmer and was like brain wiped. He was just a guy. He was wearing a sweater vest. He had a tracksuit on. Holy cow, man. That's cool to see that early concept, or that early, I don't even know if that would be technically early. I mean, that could just be like his alt art. That's his art that we don't, that's what he looks like.
It looks like it's concept art, so I would say early.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you're right. It could have changed
like
a little bit.
The final style, you know what I mean?
Sure. But this is, I don't think we've ever seen him not on that island as a farmer.
We actually have.
Have we?
Yeah.
Send it to me.
Anime
I'll pull it up.
has him.
Oh, the anime. Well, okay.
And they've got like flashback scenes too.
Yeah. Bro.
With them.
We got Ride Charizard right here. Yeah, send that over to me and I'll pull it up. We got Ride Charizard. Very cool concept art. Let's see. We got some early versions of Team Flare. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, early intro. Wow, this is cool. This is the early intro for Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Can I put the music on a little bit? There's no music. Okay,
Yeah,
this is really rough. Really rough. Okay, yeah, there's hardly anything here. This is essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing really different. Oh, that's cool. We got that's cool. Tough Guys, the starters, legendary Pokemon Ho-Oh. What is that, Raikou? Is that Suicune? Interesting. That's very cool. All right, so we got... oh, dude, so we do have... Wow. Okay. All right, forgive me. I didn't even know we had art of this, man.
Yeah, there's a shot of him falling in the Ultra Wormhole that I just sent you. Like,
is there really?
Nihilego saving him. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow, dude. I gotta watch
in the anime, he was saved by a shiny Nihilego.
Wow. Okay, well, that's cool. Okay, I'm learning something today. That's great.
It's honestly, the anime, like, they did his arc, like, in my opinion, better than the games. In the games, they actually end it with, like, he returns, he talks to Lusamine, and he doesn't remember her, and Lusamine, like, lets him go. Yeah. Because she's like, he's happy. But in the anime, he was sent, I think it was into the Crown Tundra. He was, like, that's where he came out of the wormhole at, and he was taking care of a shiny Nihilego, and they ended up finding him, and his family was reunited, and it's sweet and all.
I'm still surprised that they even encountered Ultra Beasts. Like, that feels so weird that Ash has a Ultra Beast.
Yeah, he caught an Ultra Beast.
I'm sorry, this is something I really care about. Pokédoll concept art.
Oh, these are cute.
I'm not even kidding.
They've got it of Shadow Lugia.
These are just concepts of... dude, this would be such good merch. Look at these little... Oh, dude, I love this so much.
Look at that Lapras. That Lapras is my world.
There's a higher quality version of that Lapras. We got Combuskin. Dialga's hilarious. The little Rotoms.
There's Shadow Lugia's on there.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Dude, this is essentially... You know what's crazy? Sitting Cuties are essentially just the real-life version of these, like, in-game Pokédolls.
They had the lineup at one point that was just called Pokemon Dolls.
Really?
Yeah, they've done a couple of them. Like, when you type it in, you can see a Quaxley one. If I'm not mistaken, I think my Dracovish is technically a Pokemon
Oh, yeah, you're right, dude.
That Quaxly's pretty cute, honestly.
For sure.
Yeah, if you go to the Pokemon Center website, they've got a Cinescorch Pokédoll.
No way.
Yeah.
All right, let's...
I should have gotten a Clobbopus.
Yeah, right. It's a pretty good Pokemon. That was one of the first ones I tried to shiny hunt in Sword and Shield. So what is this? All right, Pokemon Sun and Moon had a scrapped raid mechanic. Survival Island. You fight Pokemon cooperatively with friends. Oh my god. I mean, before we even continue, this is sounding like Pokemon Rodeo, right? Pokemon Rodeo. This is also a Game Freak thing. All right, 2013, Shigeki Morimoto, This facility is designed as an attraction that takes up an entire island. Giant mechanical Pokemon appear on the island. Oh my god, dude. This is straight from the anime.
Does this... It says 2013.
Yeah.
Dude, that was 2013, December 20th. That was only 2 months after X and Y released.
Yeah. They must have been working on...
It's not surprising because
No.
we know that they... But it is kind of just cool to, like, think, like, I'm still enjoying my Pokemon X and Y game. I'm still, looking for the Mega Stones in the post game or something.
That is true.
And these guys are, like, actively like, we're done with that. We're working on the next big thing.
That's something I do think about often. Oftentimes with, like, music, like, I like, if I'm listening to my new favorite artist's album, right, in 2024, it might be affecting me. And then as, throughout the year during different scenarios in my life, that music's resonating with me in different ways. And I'm building a connection with that artist, with the music. But in reality, those memories that I'm making in 2024 were really like the concepts of the ideas were potentially created and recorded years prior. So it's almost like, it's like old music by that point. That's like what you're saying with this, right? That's weird, man. It's like
it also
like it breaks my brain when I think Gen 10 is essentially like being created at the moment. Mm-hmm. Like Game Freak might know what the Gen 10 starters are already.
No, they do. I mean, that's like the thing is like that's the reason that with this TeraLeak, the leaker said I'm not dropping Gen 10 stuff. It's not because there isn't any. It's because there's enough to where it would be a problem if he dropped it.
Oh my god, dude. That's insane. That is insane.
Like it's probably more than you think it is.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Like I doubt that there's any like game. Like I doubt there's a build.
Sure.
But I bet you like it's enough to where you could look at it and you'd probably know the plot because when they designed these characters, they designed them with a role in mind, right?
Yeah.
So they designed a character and they're like, this is the villain, and we imagine that he's gonna die in the end. This is the villain's daughter. We imagine that she's gonna be connected to the legendary Pokemon. They do that. So like you would know way too much. That's
insane, man. That's insane. Shout out to Subarashi in the chat and
hey, Suba.
And one of our channel supporters, Fairy Fantasia. How you doing?
Hello.
You finally made a stream. I know you weren't getting the notifications for a while. Okay,
you're here.
The facility is designed as an attraction that takes up an entire island. Giant mechanical Pokemon appear on the island and attack the players' Pokemon. The players control their Pokemon to defeat the mechanical Pokemon and earn rewards. Players gather allies through communication or NPCs before landing on Survival Island. The island always has several mechanical Pokemon available to battle. When one is defeated, another immediately appears, ensuring there are always mechanical Pokemon to fight. Players compete to see how many Pokemon they can defeat within a time limit. Each player uses a team of 3 Pokemon in battle. The mechanical Pokemon opponents are set to be stronger than regular Pokemon due to their mechanical nature. Battles occur on the field where players can move their Pokemon and choose one of 4 moves to use against the mechanical Pokemon. So this is similar. I'm kind of imagining very similar battle structure, except you can move your Pokemon freely around in the overworld. It actually kind of reminds me of Legends Arceus, but I'll keep reading. Similar to standard Pokemon battles, type advantages apply. So when playing with multiple Pokemon, players can coordinate roles such as attracting attention or focusing and attacking to gain an advantage in battle. There are no recovery facilities on Battle Island, but players can collect berries to restore HP and cure status conditions. You know what this really is? This is probably just the earliest conceptualization of the raid battle, right?
Absolutely. They even said back when Pokemon Go had, that came out in 2016 and it has raids. I think raids came a little bit later, like they weren't launched.
Yeah.
But then Sword and Shield comes out in 2019 and it has raids in it. And I remember everyone was like, oh, they took that from Go. And Game Freak actually
that was
straight up. It's rare that Game Freak is like, no, we didn't. But they actually said we actually were conceptualizing raids before Go was. And
well, this is an example of that. Yeah. So wow, The mechanical Pokemon is cool because they were probably thinking like, okay, we need a reason why these Pokemon are like larger than life and need to be a 4-on-1, right? I could see them thinking, okay, well, if the rules are, it has to be fair, it has to be 1v1 or 2v2, 3v3, 4v1 seems a little, unfair, maybe even unethical for Pokemon, right? For the rules of battle. So maybe that's where the idea of like a mechanical Pokemon came from, and this is another idea maybe they borrowed from the anime. But I actually like the raids we got because what that allows for, you still keep the core Pokemon experience of battling a Pokemon, defeating it, and then having the opportunity to catch it, befriend it, right? It kind of keeps that aspect a little bit more pure rather than just like destroying these lifeless, creatures. So I like the raids that we ended up with. This is cool to see. Oh, look at, if I zoom this out, you got two Pokemon, Jinx and Growlithe attacking. Oh, I see. No, so the mechanical Garchomp's attacking the Growlithe, and then Jinx is behind it, attacking it with the ice moves. That's cool.
Did you see? I'm sending you like everything I'm finding, but we got a beta Wishiwashi, and it's not the one we looked at last night.
Okay.
And then also some more concept art of the Peanut Pokemon, whom I love, and also beta Zarude.
Even more beta concept art for the Peanut. Didn't we just look at that?
If we were, I might have been reading chat while you were.
Sure.
I didn't see it, but,
So this right here.
Yes, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, this is awesome. I really do like it. I love this little Peanut guy.
And that's Soul Silver's thing. So just scroll through that. That's where I found the other stuff.
Oh, sure. Oh, this is the Wishiwashi beta. I like the design.
That's not the Wishiwashi beta. There's another one.
Oh, there's another one?
It's pretty cool.
Would this be on Souls?
It's in this thread. It's in that thread that you were in.
Sorry.
You're good.
Let's see. SoulSilverArt. Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, beta Wishiwashi, literally just a little fish, a little minnow. I like what we ended up with. It feels actually like a Pokemon and not an animal. And then beta Wishiwashi looks so much more like a crashing wave, which that is so cool. That is so much fun, and I think it always felt like that a little bit. That is so cool. I mean, I think the Pokemon we ended up with has more of a obvious like design, right? It feels like it actually is its own creature. This looks more like a shadow, but it totally lines up with what we actually ended up with. This is so much fun, dude.
It makes sense that it doesn't look like its own creature because it's not,
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. This is so cool. This is so cool. So we got the Eeveelution, we got the regional Snorlax, the regional Pikachu, and then what is this? Oh, yeah. I read this morning. They basically said, we're not doing Jinx because there might be negative reactions overseas. You know what? We've always speculated that.
And the interesting thing about that is that, for one, I think we always go, oh, well, there was a scrap Mega Jinx, so Mega Jinx is likely. But the fact that it was scrapped for that reason makes me go, oh, well, maybe not. But then also, too, it makes me go, oh, okay, so they scrapped Mega Jinx for this, and not just because that was not a good design.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, to be frank with you, I'm not missing this. And I'm not a Jinx fan to begin with, to be fair, but I don't think that this is impressive. I don't even think it's an improvement on Jinx. I think it's the same.
I think it's an improvement. I think, though, however, I don't think most Megas, to me, stand out. I think most Megas feel like powered up versions of their original form, but in most cases I just prefer their original form. There's a lot of Megas that I just don't even like. I just don't even care about. And this would be another one, and this would just be another one straight up.
Yeah.
Did we talk about this last night? We did talk about this.
Yeah, we did. We talked about how maybe it was an early totem, which was like an early alpha.
Yeah. Something here. Where is this? So this concept art is of an armored Mewtwo. This is a new version of the original Armored Mewtwo and the original Mewtwo movie, but it was redesigned and debuted in the TCG. It debuted in Pokemon Go. But if these are Game Freak sheets...
It was made for one, we don't know that it was Game Freak sheets, because do you remember, we've gotten a bunch of anime concept art.
Okay.
Just because Game Freak has it doesn't mean it's Game Freak, you know?
It does say
Game
down
Freak
here,
has
what
to
is this?
Look at the Pokemon Company stuff.
What is this, the codename Opera?
I don't know that this is the case, but I know that this Mewtwo was used in the they did for the 20th anniversary of the anime. They redid the first Pokemon movie in this horrible, God-fearing CGI, and this was the design that was used. That's why it was in Go.
You're right.
It was all like for the movie promotion.
You're right.
So I imagine it's just come from the anime art. Opera could be the codename for that movie. Maybe it was the codename for Go.
Maybe. It's pretty cool. This thing looks like a transformer. I really wish that I really wish this Pokemon just was brought into the game. Like, I kind of wish they just do more random stuff like this. Like, to me, like, listen, Mewtwo is already a legendary, but if this was able to be captured, right, this would kind of feel like the Blood Moon Ursaluna. It's like a 1-of-1 legendary. The issue there is I'm not using the right words to describe it, because Mewtwo's already a legendary. It's already theoretically a 1-of-1. But to just have this one-off form of Mewtwo where it, you can't change its form. It just is its armored form. And, we ended up with Zarude, and there was a special Zarude giveaway that has a scarf. Why can't we have our armored Mewtwo,
And the Pikachus. You get all the
dude, and the Pikachus. You're so right. Do we know? Have you heard anything about this?
We've done that.
No, it's not. It's not.
Like we got the Heart Gold Soul Silver. We got the Notched Ear Pichu. You have the cosplay Pikachu.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I'd be happy with more of these one-offs. I think they feel insignificant in Pokemon Go because they're like, there's like 200 different like Pokemon,
right.
And they don't do anything.
Right now, you can get like a Froakie and a Rowlet wearing little Halloween costumes.
Which is like fine. Like,
it's cute.
It's cute. But to me, as a non-Pokemon Go player, like, I don't know. I think the way you interact with your Pokemon in a game is like in a console game, right? Is different than how you interact with it in Go. Like in a console game, it can follow me. I can battle with it. I can do like the Pokemon picnic or camp or whatever the play apparatus is in the game. And you can't really do that in Go. So. But dude, like, imagine how much Go stocks would go up if they put those, like, they're like, you can transfer those into home. Yeah.
Like not even, honestly, they don't even have to put in the mainline games. If they just let you in home, because you have all these people who like to have their little living dexes or don't want to trade it on the GTS. Dude, Pokemon Go stocks would, listen, Game Freak, I'm helping you out here. Or I guess you're not Game Freak, you're Niantic. And the Pokemon company's getting some money from it too. So this is how, dude, you'd make bank.
Yeah, no, for real. I want my Wurmple, my party hat Wurmple.
Wow, over 200 in chat right now, Dusty.
Yeah, dude, we love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. If you are here, if we could do a quick shameless plug, we are selling some merch. Halloween specific merch. It's not going to be available for much longer. And there's a sale going on right now. If you use code GHOST at checkout at shop.hiddenpowerpodcast.com, you can get $5 off your order. We've got some old school Halloween designs with our logo on the back. This one's a Mimikyu on the front. It's a little face. It's like low key. So, this one's a little bit more retro. This is a Gengar sprite with the Hidden Power logo on the back. We got Bulbasaur. This is a little bit of an inside joke. We got this Sinistea. I'm always confused on the name. The Matcha Sinistea. This is a coffee mug, and then we have all these awesome designs that are brand new that we put out a month ago. You can get this as a ball cap, a little trick-or-treating bag, coffee mug, stickers, sweatshirts, T-shirts. You can get everything. $5 off. It's designed by our friend in the community, local artist. I say local.
Noivy.
Yeah, Noivy.
Well, local to the community. Like,
exactly.
We didn't just find an artist and got them to do this. This is a Pokemon fan.
Yes.
who makes art that we
Yeah.
got to do this. I think Noivy was in the chat earlier.
He
so
was,
if you're
yeah.
there, shout out to you, Noivy. And if you're not there anymore, guys, go check him out anyways.
Yeah.
Noivy's cool.
Links in the description to get this merch. Go check that out. Yeah, man. There's a. Oh, dude, look at this. I didn't even see this. So this is another concept art to illustrate what the ride mechanic would look like on an Arbuck. So that is cool. I saw
That
the
man
other.
naked.
He is a little bit naked, yeah. He's doing,
I don't know.
He's in
like,
nature.
Look, Dusty, I just want to know, if you were riding around on your Pokemon, wouldn't you put on some clothes?
I think I would, yeah. At least
I think I would.
At least a pair of like Carhartt jeans, just to like protect, the important stuff.
Right. What happened to shame, man?
I know, right? Dude, look at this early version of Brock. Did you see the artist, the singer, Khalid? Did you see his Halloween costume?
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, you do. You definitely know their music.
I would if you, I'm not good with name. Like, a lot of the times, if you play a song, I'll be like, oh, I have heard that. And you could be like, oh, that's Khalid. And I'd be like, okay, well, cool.
You definitely know their stuff.
Oh, do you mean... No, never mind. It's not the person.
Yeah, this guy right here.
That's pretty cool, though. That's pretty
How
cool.
sick is this, dude?
I have never seen that person in my life, though. So
this is not how he normally looks. You definitely know who he is. Like, his songs are on the radio.
What's his name? Let's see. Khalid is how it's spelled.
I don't know. I feel like I've been corrected. Khalid. I used to say Khalid, and then people were like, no, it's Khalid.
I have never seen that man in my life.
You definitely have. Well, you've heard his voice. He's on the radio.
I'm looking at the name of his songs, and none of them are familiar, but I'm not good with song names. I might would know them, if I heard them.
We'll listen to it afterwards.
All right.
Just you and me.
Or right now, DMCA.
Yeah, let's just ruin the stream. We got some concept art for these starter Pokemon, which again, I love this, dude. I don't know why. It feels like I'm like part of the process, dude. This is so cool. So cool. We got Empoleon, Chimchar line, the Turtwig line. I don't think we're really learning much more, but it's just cool to look at. A bunch of like early sprites for trainers for the second generation. We get the Hoenn starter concept art. This is cool. We finally have high quality pictures. Some of the unused Sugimori designs of Pichu for the 12th Pokemon movie. There's a white Pichu, a sepia Pichu, ribbon,
and a toga.
Ribbon
Say
Pichu.
No more.
There's a heart cheek Pichu. What is this?
Is that a Pichu and a toga? Click the second picture.
Let me see.
That's a Pichu and a toga.
Oh, it is a Pichu and a toga. It's kind of like a dress, though.
I mean, the toga is similar. That is
no. You're right. This is a dress. This is a toga. Dude, this is we've arrived,
ladies
dude.
And gentlemen.
All I have to say, Greek Pokemon region incoming. Because the togas. Do you get it? Is that funny?
Yep.
Okay.
No, that's not funny. That's a hint.
Yeah, this is a real life hint. I don't know, dude. I think the notched ear really is the best. The white one's kind of cool, but also not really. Like, it just looks like a shiny.
Well, I also think too, like, because notched ear Pichu or spiky ear Pichu, depending on what language you're playing in, you can't transfer it outside of Heart Gold and Soul Silver. If they gave you like a pure white Pichu like that, where it's a different color, not just a little difference with its ear. Yeah, I feel like people would riot.
Yeah. But they could have just given it like a couple of... No, the notch ear is good. I think if it just had like a dress, that'd be kind of... Or if it just had like a... Like, I don't know. Like, it's just... If it has an article of clothing, it's just a costume. Like, what makes it special?
Oh, there's one with a little heart cheek. That's cute.
That is cute. I like that. That's cool. And they're all super high res. Oh, this is... Dude, I was looking at this earlier. I don't know if you took a look at this. Let's zoom in a little bit. So this is her family right here. Right?
Oh, wow.
Did you look at this?
No, I did.
So this is Zinnia. She's got a little sister, or maybe she's the little sister. I'm not sure. This is her grandmother. This is her mother, her father, and what's cool is that this thing is potentially. I mean, I guess that just looks like Rayquaza. These are what do they call? Like, what is her family? She's like from the ancient
Draconids.
The Draconids. And she has this thing that is wrapped around her leg, which holds her Megastone, which looks to be a family heirloom. And you can see her mother has one.
It's got it.
Oh, we just got the ad blocker.
No, we don't want to pay for that.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. We're in the middle of something here. You can see her mother has one, her father has one, but the one that's around her leg kind of looks like the one that her grandmother has. So I kind of like the idea of, I mean, I guess it could be any of them. That little like Rayquaza statue wrap. It really is a family heirloom, right? Which I think gives her a lot of character, right? She's wearing like
That was
normal
a peak
clothes.
character, man. Like, why? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I understand that there are fans of the character I'm about to slam.
What?
But why is it in Sun and Moon they were like, all right, let's bring back, someone from Kanto, Red and Blue. Let's bring back someone from Sinnoh, Cynthia. Let's bring back someone from Hoenn. Zinnia? No. Wally.
Yeah. I like Wally though. I think Wally made sense because it's like a callback.
But just Zinnia.
Oh, you know what? I was gonna say it's a callback to the previous region, but she's a callback to the previous region.
I'm saying.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, one of the coolest designs to be introduced just randomly into the lore, into the story of Hoenn. I really do like this. I think I actually like if dude, that's the best. I bet that ROM hack exists. Like an Emerald engine, like a Gen 3 engine version of the Hoenn story, but it has all of the Auras like add-ons and changes. Would be really cool.
That would be neat.
But I don't think we've seen this art before, so that's kind of cool. This is just like how her character is made up, so nothing too new
she has
there.
a vampire fang.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
Zinnia's a vampire confirmed.
I want one of those. Let's see what else we got here.
Halloween, you can get some in stores.
This is just fan art. It looks like. Oh, it's a repost. Concept art of the. We already looked at these a little bit. Dude, what? Concept art of N, better known as N, drawn by.
Had that.
Have we had these images? Concept art
the
by
ones
Ken
with
Sugimori.
Junichi holding it, yeah. Or not the top two, but the bottom two.
And was originally designed by graphic artist Kiko Moritsugu. I've never seen these, and he just looks like a young version, like a messed up kid. He looks like a young version of his father, right? He looks totally conflicted, and they made him look way more charismatic and less sus. But yeah, he just looks the same. Interesting.
Kiko Moritsugu. Let's see what he has worked on.
Let's see.
So that person who designed she also designed Getsus. That makes sense. She also designed a few Pokemon from Unova. Do you know what Pokemon she designed from Unova?
From Unova? Give me a hint. This is like the guessing game all over again from our Halloween episode.
Guys, get ready to see Salty Go-Go.
All right.
So
give me a hint. What generation?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all from Unova. 6 Pokemon from Unova. And a hint will be that 2 of them are pretty dang important to Unova.
Reshiram and Zekrom?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay, with that in mind, let me think of what else they may have created. Zoroark?
Nope.
I'm trying to think of something detailed. Something super detailed. Maybe Sigilyph?
Yes.
Really?
Sigilyph is one of them, yeah.
Okay, dude, I'm on fire right now. So that's 3 points. Yeah. That's 3 points I just got over Soul. So I'm in the lead now. If you go watch our Halloween episode, we did a little guessing game, and I'm in the lead now. Z King is guessing Sawaddle.
It is not Sawaddle.
All right.
If it was, then you would see me gushing about how this is my favorite person ever.
I'm gonna guess.
It's not Gothitelle either.
I'm gonna guess Genesect.
Not Genesect. The rest are not legendary or mythical. I know it's not Kafagrigus Z King.
Let me think.
I'm letting you work with the comments here too. So y'all are a team.
Dusty Redemption or Kafagrigus?
3 Pokemon left. It's not Kafagrigus. Z King already asked that.
Oh yeah.
Darmanitan, nope.
Volcarona, they said. Sabretooth said Volcarona.
Not Volcarona. I will tell you this. No, I won't tell you that.
Woobat?
Not Woobat.
Is it this? There's so many. Braviary?
Okay, here, I'll give you this hint.
Give me a hint. I'm just saying Pokemon.
One of the most poorly received designs from Unova. Like, one of the most hated Pokemon from Unova,
Yeah.
arguably of all time.
Garbodor.
Nope.
The ice cream?
Nope.
The monkeys?
No.
Those are the three.
It's so
Most
bad,
hated.
you must have forgotten about it.
Audino?
Nope. Audino, I don't think Audino's hated.
Yeah, Audino's not
No
enjoyed.
one's getting it in comments either.
Oh my gosh. Conkeldurr?
No.
Oh my gosh. This is everything. I've said them all. Oh, is it the genies?
No.
Come on, dude.
Here. You
they're going
find
off
them.
in the chat
If
right
you
now.
if you wanted to catch this Pokemon, you would not be able to catch it until after the 5th gym.
Oh my gosh. A bad Pokemon.
That would be Clay, by the way. You would not be able to catch
yeah.
it until after Clay. No one's getting it in comments.
Among Us?
Nope. Oh. Who else but Zane? You are correct.
Dude, that's not a
Clang.
bad Pokemon.
It's one of the most hated Pokemon from Unova.
Yeah, I kind
It's
of agree.
pretty heavily criticized. So when I guess the other two,
Clang.
Clang is one of them.
Oh, there's two
Clink
more.
is also one of them.
And
And there's
Clang.
one more left. Actually, no. She designed Clink or Clang, but I guess she was unable to come up with the idea for Clink Clang.
Cryogonal?
No.
What's the other one?
The other one is actually, and Dusty, I believe you feel this way too, one of my favorite designs from Unova.
Oh.
And it's a
Zebstrika?
final evolution. Like, it's the final stage. It's not Zebstrika.
Is it... Holy cow, this is tough.
Soul does not care for this Pokemon, but you and I like it.
Okay. Leavanny? No, we guessed that already.
No, it's not Leavanny.
You don't like Beartick. That's a me thing.
I don't like Beartick.
Holy cow. It's so hard to think of Pokemon when there's not like a list in front of you.
I'll give you a pretty big hint. It's a version exclusive. Like, you can only get it in
Oh,
one game,
Ranunculus?
not another. Yes, Reuniclus.
I saw it. I saw Jordan say that in the chat. Nice.
Oh, did you? Good job, Jordan. I didn't see that.
That
My
is a good
apologies.
one. That's a
Oh, there
great
you
one.
go. Yes, you did say it.
That's a great one.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
a good design.
dude. I like how we just did a guessing game for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, but she did some pretty cool designs there. Reuniclus, Zekrom, Reshiram,
Yeah, man.
Clink,
Those are some pretty good ones. And they also designed N. I like that.
and
This-
Getsus.
So this is from... Actually, hold on. Let me open up these. Yeah, so this is it. So Mimikyu revealed... What we talked about this last night. There's really nothing new to glean from this beta concept art of Mimikyu. It just shows that like what the Pokemon is underneath it is just a little blob. It's a little dust bunny, you know? I kind of wish it had like a little bit more to it, because then it's like it does have an identity outside of... But I guess it's so ugly that it needs a costume.
Well, you know what? The way that I perceive this is because you know what happens when you look at a Mimikyu under the little disguise, right? You freaking die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the way I like to think of this is that actually isn't what Mimikyu looks like. That is just how our mortal minds can perceive it.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. That's true. It's like the Jaws. It's like the Jaws shark. All we ever see is like a fin. You know? It's like, but if we saw the whole thing, we'd already be dead.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's cool.
Right.
Mimikyu's such a great design. Wait, so is this supposed to be the
design of
shiny?
Arceus is like all cloudy. I think so, because there was also art of shiny Delmise.
Well, yeah, because this is the shiny, but I'm wondering. I'm like, I could also see this just being like, this could just be it, like originally what it's supposed to look like, because this looks more like a ghost, right? To differentiate it from Pikachu. But then I don't know. Yeah, this is probably just the shiny version. Okay, so these are okay. We have drafts of concept art. So we have this old version of Tyrant, and then they kind of made it a little bit more Pokemon-y. I wonder where those other concept arts would fit in for the peanut Pokemon. Dude, that thing is like a lost gem. When that thing eventually gets like announced, it's gonna be such a great day. We got
Oh,
these
yeah.
different versions of Klefki, different versions of Houndoom, Mega Houndoom, early versions of Hoopa. Interesting. Let's see. It just loves, it's like eating a donut up here. Let's see. Oh, this is cool. Beta Zarude. Okay, this is like concept art of how, oh my gosh, that poor Oshawott. Are you seeing this?
Oh, God.
This Oshawott is going to die.
Chat, did he live?
No, he didn't live. This is a Mega Rayquaza doing its final move, Dragon Ascend, and killing an Oshawott. And Oshawott's got its like little scout chop up trying to defend itself. Oh my god. Yeah. Hey, moment of silence for Oshawott. Okay, I think the ads just played coincidentally.
That's awesome.
This is insane. This looks like Gen 2 or 3 Sugimori art. This is an armored trainer with a armored Tyranitar.
Oh, Dusty.
What?
Yori's dropping some interesting stuff. Apparently, the peanuts were cut because the evolution looked like something by another company. They didn't say what,
Wow.
though.
Dude, that means we'll never get it. I wonder what it would be. Peanut monster. Anything could show up right now.
That's so depressing.
I shouldn't be doing like Google searches just like on stream.
Yeah.
Let's see. Peanut monster. Maybe like peanut
Peanut.
Maybe
Dino.
what is isn't it like Skylander? Isn't that like a popular thing from that era?
I do not know. I don't know.
Someone will find it. I'm doing a Google
man.
search right now. Someone will find it.
Yeah, someone find it and freaking DM us it.
Yeah.
You find it.
What do we think this is? This is insane to me, dude. This is literally using
I
Pokemon
think that's
for
from
warfare.
the Lucario and the Mystery of Mew movie.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Oh, okay. This is, but again, what I'm talking about, I don't know why. Maybe this is just like just classic boy opinion, but I'm like, I want a Pokemon game where we get to like play as like knights, like a medieval Pokemon game, you know?
Mm.
And then it's like you have your Pokemon and they just get
Legends
wrapped up in
Gallery,
armor.
Anyone?
Yeah, right? Come on, dude. And the shackles are there. Hey, Sheev. Thank you for the super chat, Sheev.
Oh, thank you, dude. And
Hope
he
you're
was
having a good day.
super chatting us up last night too.
Yeah, man.
Legend.
Sheev says, are you team Ceruledge or Armarouge? They're both so sick.
I believe both are present right now because correct me if I'm wrong. You're Ceruledge, but
Oh, yeah, all the way. Ceruledge the whole way.
Armarouge.
I think Ceruledge
Armarouge
could
all
be
the way.
improved by maybe having one other additional, like, high contrast color. I think Armarouge does have a really striking color palette, but Ceruledge is the better design overall.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment on your end, except it is wrong because Armarouge is better.
But Sheev, if you had to pick one, what would you pick?
Yeah, let us know your answer, Sheev. And also, everyone else in the comments, let us know. Armarouge or Ceruledge.
Man, Zarude got so much attention. Dude,
Super did.
Are these these are just concepts for what it could look like, right?
I think so. Yeah, and it could have also, like, it might have been specifically for maybe, like, the Dada Zarude.
Hey, give me 1 sec.
You know? Okay. All right, chat. It's just you and me, it seems.
Sunday.
Dusty will have no clue what I say or do on here. What should we say or do on here? Man, I can't think of anything. Oh, he's back.
Wait, you couldn't think of anything to talk about?
Yep.
What?
It was pretty abrupt.
I was just picking something up off the ground. We get an early version, early coloration, maybe the shiny. But this looks early of Wimpod. And another, and this is just the shiny Golisopod. This is sick. So cool. What a great Pokemon, dude. I love this early Wishy-Washy to see that it's actually like like a wave. That's nuts.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it it looks more like it's not a thing, like it's not a creature.
It's abstract. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love that. So Soul said he had stuff on his actual page. Let's see. What was he saying? It was like right as we stopped.
Oh yeah, he said, "Hey, check my page. I posted something really cool or something to that extent." Let's see. I'm gonna read it.
Probably 2 hours ago.
I'm about to get the details. This is what SoulSilverArt sent to us, and he sent this at 10:15 a.m. So about 2 hours ago. Yes.
Okay.
He said, "Check out my latest threads on stream. It's intense stuff."
All right, this might be it. Okay. SoulSilverArt says we lost a thread. Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? We lost a thread. Like colon. Yes. All right. And the implications are Fakemon bad. Are Fakemon bad? This cut flying Eeveelution is basically saying that anytime a Fakemon is created, they will never use ideas from it, or if any of their designs are like it, they will get cut. Crying emoji. I agree. It totally makes sense, but it's also so awful because there are so many genius concepts out there that should be explored. Game Freak should just start a collaborative situation where they can buy single designs from fans or something. This leads us into that they are too sensitive for certain things. I don't think Jinx is racist, but they are afraid to ever touch it again after what happened originally, which also, I mean, I'll go against that. I don't think that's a bad thing to be sensitive to it. Also, what you were saying, Lumi, is Jinx even that good of a design? Is the Mega design even that great? Like, they could have added it. We're not missing Jinx. It. Yeah. Right. And listen, I feel for some people who are like genuine Jinx fans. There's definitely a Twitter creator, and I'm forgetting what their name is. Is it Poca Serena or something? There's someone who
Poca Serena, big Jinx fan,
like a legitimate Jinx fan. That sucks. They'll never get a Mega, but whatever.
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation too because what was deemed racist about the design they fixed. Because originally it had a much darker face, and they changed that to be the more purple that we know now.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting to me that they have changed it from what was deemed racist, and they're still but I still don't want to touch that,
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not arguing whether that's right or wrong on their end. I just think it's interesting on their end that they're still that's something that we don't want to come back up.
I think something that's unique to Pokemon is that their monsters, even after national decks, are forever, right? Every creature that they create for this game is canonized as a creature, a living creature that exists in the region at all times. So you look back at Generation 1 early on, there are things that they created that maybe they have revisited that concept and said, let's make it a little bit better. Let's make it make more sense. But there's also scabs from that era, like Jinx, where they screwed up, right? And they admit that, they change it. But it still exists. And I do think, and this is what people have speculated, they probably just don't ever really want to acknowledge it. It's just okay, it's there. We fixed it. Let's not go back to it.
Right.
If we're going to touch that concept.
They won't put Porygon in the anime. It's that was a sensitive thing. We just,
let's not touch it.
Not even
and I don't think that's
also
a bad thing.
Aware too. I think they're aware too, with Porygon. They're aware that if they were to put Porygon in the next Horizons episode, or Porygon 2 or Porygon Z, there would be news articles that come out that say, for the first time in 30 years, Porygon is back on screen, and basically those articles are inadvertently going, hey, remember that time Pokemon gave a bunch of people seizures?
Yeah.
So it's we don't want to have this happen. We don't want to do a Mega Jinx. We don't want to do Porygon the anime, because even if people aren't going to say, oh, that's racist, or, oh, but this gave kids seizures, they're still going to talk about, hey, this is a huge deal. We didn't know they'd do that. And that inadvertently draws attention to, because this was once racist,
Yeah. No, I agree. I guess I just can't blame Game Freak for being too careful. If
definitely not.
I'm gonna use the word. I'm gonna use the term. I need a little buzzer. I'm gonna say it. Pokemon is the #1 grossing media franchise in the world. That's not for nothing. That's obviously a difficult feat, and they want to preserve that for as long as possible. So I think it makes sense that they're careful, and also it makes sense from a business point of view, obviously, to be careful because you don't want to screw up.
It makes sense from a business point of
but
view,
it's also
not be racist.
Yeah, but it's also just a nice thing to do to just be like, you know what? We're not just in Japan. Let's think about other cultures and think about which things could potentially be harmful to other people. So I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. And it's
but
Pokemon
this
too.
is
They aim their stuff at children, like as much as they do adults. Whereas like at least like with Disney and stuff, Disney has content for adults, right? Like Disney just dropped Deadpool and Wolverine, an R-rated film. Pokemon's not doing R-rated adult stuff. They're doing family-friendly stuff. So they have to be double careful. They have to be more careful than Mickey Mouse.
No, that's a good point. We got a couple of things here. First off, Gendy said, I was watching yesterday's live stream. I didn't even realize you were live. Good morning, everyone. Hey, good morning.
Morning, Gendy.
Well, it's technically
it's afternoon now.
It just turned afternoon, so good morning and good afternoon. Good to see you. And Sully the Skeleton has become a channel member, a mythical tier channel member for 14 months. How you doing, Sully?
What's up, man?
It was good to hang out last night. It's good to see you now. What up, boys? I want a bug evolution. Call it a Bevion.
Base it off of Dusty's dog.
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, that's so funny. That's so funny. I think I like the name Insection, or there's been some really cool ones that I've seen. Really, really clever names.
Stop saying the clever names. Game Freak won't use them.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, my God. But, okay, to go back to Soul's tweet, I get what he's saying about the fake mon. That is pretty troublesome. But anyways, okay, so Soul says, it shows that they will hold back in the future because of this, but let's hope they see our reception to all of the leaks and just create good things no matter what. Yeah, let's hope. We also lost Alolan Snorlax. I think it became G-Max Snorlax and a potential alt Alolan Fire Pikachu, a land Raichu. Could just be an example, though. What was he saying?
I don't know. I think he had a stroke when he was typing that.
And a potential alt Alolan Fire Pikachu, a land
Raichu.
Comma, a land Raichu. Maybe. I don't know.
The Raichu was fire, too. Maybe
I think he typed so fast that he just, his thumbs.
I think he means and he probably typed, like, he accidentally put an L between, like,
and
before the end, it auto-corrected it to a land.
Yeah. And a Raichu. Okay. A Fire Pikachu and Raichu. Okay. I see it. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Let's see what else.
Typo art.
We lost diving in Sun and Moon in mini Pokemon, which is kind of a good thing. Though it would have been fun if they were new Pokemon but not being able to catch them. We also lost a bug ride Pokemon. Justice for Ride Vivian. Lastly, the code name and all these cut things show that like X and Y, Sun and Moon could have been so much more. Just look at that name. Bottom, and the name he's referring to is New Standard of Interactive Joy and Innovation. The bottom line is Game Freak has so many big dreams, but always has to cut those ideas for some reason. And I think that some reason are deadlines, are technology, are vision.
I think you could have stopped at deadlines.
Yeah, but I think it is also those other things. Like if they incorporate these things, I think what we maybe take for granted is like when they introduce a new game with new ideas, they try to say all of these new ideas, how do they have synergy? How do they work towards one thing, right? Like I think the raid functionality in Scarlet and Violet was really cool because we kind of had version of the raid system with not the totem Pokemon, the Titan Pokemon. Is that what they're called in Scarlet and Violet?
In Scarlet and Violet, the Titans are those 5 Pokemon you battle.
Yes. So I just feel like the Titan Pokemon, the Terastallization Pokemon, the Raid Pokemon, those all feel like different versions of the same thing. And if they also wanted to be like, and we also want to do this other random thing, right? Maybe that random thing, if it's a ride Pokemon, doesn't match the idea that like Koraidon is your only ride Pokemon, right? So they'd be like, you know what, let's scrap this one idea and we'll put it in the next game. I think that is, there's a lot of like Like, I think Game Freak is big into making mood boards, and they just put stuff all over the place, and they go, we like this, and we like this. We don't like this. Let's move that. That's racist. Let's put this here. This is better. And we end up with a better product, I think, because of that. And then they go, oh, actually, this has to be done in 10 months. So let's do half of it. You know? That's how I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't even see this. The cave diving, dude. We didn't even see this.
Yeah, I saw this. This came out last night, I think.
Bro, okay, now I'm with Soul. Just seeing the concept of it. Yeah, dude. I think diving is that's like one of the most underutilized aspects
Agreed.
of Pokemon. Look at this. You're just surfing, and then you go underwater, and now you can see all of these new Pokemon. You can access everything. I guess we kind of saw this in Ultra Sun in Sun and Moon, where you could. No, I guess I think there are Pokeballs down below, and then you have to like fish for them. Is that what you have to do?
I don't remember that from Sun and Moon.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe there was like a chance that when you fish, you got an item instead. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking about. But this is really cool. Oh, and then what is this? What is this? So you're surfing, but maybe if you hold your breath underwater for too long, you pass out and you wake up on the beach. That's so funny. That's so funny, dude.
So that's what the looker thing in Oris was, just a hint.
Yeah.
He dove for too long.
Oh my god. Dude, wouldn't that be so much fun? I would love to see that in the next generation. I really think we were supposed to have that in Scarlet and Violet.
For what we know about Gen 10, I would say if it's going to pop up,
Yeah.
This seems right.
I think so. Oh, this is cool from Soul, and I was thinking about this, but never said it. Wait, I just heard we also lost an Alolan Scyther. It makes sense why they cut it, because it would have evolved into a normal Scizor, but it was going to be Bug Fairy. It probably became Lurantis. We also lost a Pokemon. What is it?
That's good insight. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, because those Pokemon are both mantises or whatever.
Pink mantises, yeah.
Yeah. We also lost a Pokemon dress-up feature, and raids were in Sun and Moon too. I mean, here's the thing. When I see this, I'm not sad we lost it. Like, I wish they would just make Pokemon dress-up like a little cooler and more integrated. This just feels silly.
I don't want to throw sunglasses on my Suicune.
No, dude. I want my Suicune to be cool. The horns
or a Clown Nose. That's a legendary Pokemon. That's depending on who you ask, that's a minor deity. Maybe show it some respect.
Dude, the Clown Nose is crazy. And what's funny is we kind of got this. This is like a Terra hat, right? This is the Terra hat. You just put a top hat on your Pokemon. I don't know. This is, and it is conceptual. Like what this tells me is like, basically each Pokemon, Game Freak was thinking about like designating each location as somewhere that you could put an item. So these items are probably just like silly, just placeholders. But it looks like, you can see, it's like where the bow and the flower are. That's the same place where on this cast form where the horns are able to go, right?
I won't backtrack too much, but people are talking about this in chat, so like I kind of want to mention it again. With the whole debate of like the Fakemon thing, a lot of people are like, the solution to that would be, it'd be cool if Game Freak would buy fan designs. And I initially like, I did think, man, you have Game Freak, they do like these competitions, like they did, they do like, I think every year a TCG competition where it's like, hey, design a card, and the winner will become a card or whatever. They also, for Sword and Shield, did a competition where you could design a shirt and they put it in the game. But what's funny is both those competitions kind of prove the issue with doing that. And that is with the Sword and Shield one. I don't know if you remember this, Dusty, but the guy designed the shirt. They released a picture of it in game, but then it turned out, because one of the rules of the competition was you have to design it for this competition. It can't be a design you've already used. Yeah. Like, it can't be something you have and are reusing for this. And they found out that the guy had posted this on his Tumblr a while back or something. So they ended up canceling it all. together. Didn't go with second place or anything. They just canceled the competition completely.
Wow.
And then with the cards this year with the TCG thing, in fact, our friends over at It's Super Effective, they talked a good deal about this over there. But they had a big problem with the TCG contest this year when they announced, I think it was the top 100 winners. There was a ton of AI art in there.
Yes.
And they were clearly all submitted by the same user.
Yeah.
And so that is the issue. AI Fakemon are really popular. True Green 7, I think, has talked to us about this on the show.
So.
Maybe he did privately.
It might have been offline. We were chatting.
But either way, that's something that True Green 7 has been talking about, is that it's he struggles because his content revolves a lot of his content revolves around Fakemon.
Yeah.
And the issue is, he puts in all this time and effort, whereas there are channels that, go into a little AI generator, they type in what they want, it gives them a design, they throw it up, it gets millions of views.
Yeah.
And, so that's the issue. You will have those problems occur. And Game Freak, talking about this Jinx and this Porygon thing, Game Freak doesn't want to risk the backlash that will happen if they go, here's the winner, and everyone goes, that's an AI mon.
It's honestly so true, because
that tech improves.
No, that's so true, because we're talking about these Pokemon. It's once a Pokemon's created, they're never retconned out. A Pokemon is a Pokemon forever, right? It's going to show up everywhere 30 years from now, 100 years from now. It's the same exact Pokemon. Butterfree is Butterfree is Butterfree. And if they you're right, if they introduce, this is making more sense. If they introduce a flying type evolution that looks too similar to other things that have been created before, and they introduce it, and it's a big thing, and they're pushing for it, now it's an issue, because someone could be like, if they buy a design and then maybe the design is found out to be okay, well, this is a little bit weird. This is from this. Now there's this weird aspect to it.
We bought the design, but it turns out that, the year before this guy was making Fakemon, he was drawing something not okay, or even another thing too that can happen is Dusty, what if, they go, hey, design us an evolution. You design a really cool bug evolution.
Yeah.
I think I would really like to
But
win
I
this
steal it.
So I take your design, I tweak it up a little bit, and I send it in. They can kind of assure, at least to a pretty heavy extent, that that's not happening on their end. And when you start outsourcing it to the crazy people that exist outside,
that gets tough,
because everyone wants to be that guy, right? Everyone wants to be the guy who got their design bought by Game Freak.
Absolutely.
That's the dream.
Totally, man. We got a super chat here by Z King. Hope you're having a great day, man. It's been great hanging out with you this week. Honestly, all month. Thank you for the super chat. Z King says, bring back Pokemon contest. That was a fun feature. That was a fun feature. I want to be top coordinator. And I'm with you. I'm with you, man. I think there's ways. I feel like when contests were brought back, they were, maybe I'm wrong because I didn't even use it that much, but it felt like, I don't know. It didn't.
In which game?
I'm thinking of Oraz. It felt a little soulless, but I also didn't play it that much, so I actually might be speaking out of my bum. I feel I like the idea that there's different avenues you can take as a trainer, right? Mm-hmm. To define whatever that thing is for you. Not everyone wants to be the best battler in the world,
right?
Right. Some people want to go into a game and they just
Pokemon
want to shiny
and don't give a crap about battling. They love the Pokemon.
Yeah. So I think there's something they could do.
There's such an easy way to make it. It would be pretty easy to make it more like the anime.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what everybody wants. Because let's face it, nobody played the contests in Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald and thought, I want to be a top coordinator because of that. They saw what the contest looked like in the anime and went, oh, I want to be a coordinator because of that.
Yeah. Which is true. It's if I had to, and I've always thought this, if they give us a contest feature where we're doing true Pokemon battling, but there's a different meter, and rather than weakening the target Pokemon, you're using moves to fill up your meter, right? I think that's how the anime works, right? Where it's you battle, and then depending on how beautiful the move is or whatever it is, your meter goes up, and whoever maxes out first wins. That's fun, man, because then you're still using the same moves that you have in your playthrough. You're using the same moves.
It also makes some of them more relevant because maybe maybe Thunder Wave paralyzes a Pokemon in battles.
Yeah.
But in contests, it actually does
It
this,
dazzles the
Right.
opponent or something.
It makes your Pokemon look sparkly.
Yeah, dude, right? Like, I don't know. I think there could be something cool there that's reworked.
There's also...
But, like, you have to make it almost,
Pokemon-
like, more... You have to make it, like, tie more closely to what Pokemon already is, which it is battling.
Well, and I feel like you could, I feel like that's not an easy thing or a hard thing to do. But like, and then you have the different like contest types, right? Beauty, tough, cool, smart. Turn those into a little type chart. You know what I mean? Cool is weak to smart, but beats beauty. Whatever. Like, do that
Totally.
to kind of, So I don't know. I don't know. I think that'd be neat.
No, I agree. Soul says, concept artwork for cut in beta Pokemon. This thread is almost bringing tears to my eyes. Peanut should have existed, and I genuinely like beta Klefki a lot more. Wow. Wishy-Washy was more of a whale shark? Question mark. It is funny because I kind of like how cute the real one is, but this beta one, I also kind of like how it has like these little silly glasses.
Yeah, it's just kind of a little bit more. Like I don't know. It looks more like a Pokemon that has a set of keys than it does a keys Pokemon. You know what I mean?
I think the one we ended up with, it has this like, its mouth is like the slot that you put a key into.
Yeah,
and
to me, like the hole.
Yeah, like, and to me, what that communicates is like that this thing has a more natural relationship with keys. Not only is it a little thief, but maybe it eats the keys, right? Like you put a key in a keyhole, and then that's how you unlock a door. But if this thing's mouth is shaped like a keyhole, it's munching on the metal,
Yeah.
Yeah, and this thing does kind of. I could see the whale shark thing to it. I like the design we ended up with. Any thoughts?
I like the design that we ended up with. I love that. Like, I don't know that it's rare that I like a beta design more, but I think I like the beta design more.
Okay. You tell this beta Wishy-Washy. You like this better?
That one, I don't know.
Not this one. The one, the other one that you showed.
The other one, yeah.
Okay. The other one that looks like a wave. I can see it. Soul says Baby Vulpix was cut not once, not twice, but 3 times in Generation 1, 2, and 4. It's sad because I've always loved it. I think its Gen 2 sprite is the best version, though. Also, I like Red Eye Munchlax. I do kind of like Red Eye Munchlax. And a new Necrozma concept art showing the skeleton husk of it forming Ultra Necrozma. Oh, that's crazy. I didn't even see that, dude.
And
that's true.
part.
You take all these little parts, you disassemble Necrozma, and you can kind of put it all together. That's really
like
cool.
Legos. It's the Lego
dude.
Pokemon. Necrozma's canonically the Lego Pokemon.
Lumi, why do you think they keep cutting this Baby Vulpix? Because I think I have an idea.
I honestly think it's because they like it being similar to Growlithe, because the thing is, I think like with regional variants, they don't like, because you could say, okay, well then how come Vulpix got one but Arcanine didn't? And yeah, sure, but I think that's because they're seeing it as, well, Vulpix and Growlithe are counterparts. Alolan Vulpix isn't. Like they're seeing it as like a separate thing. But I really do think it's because they just want they kind of want Vulpix and Growlithe to be on par. I think so. That's my opinion, at least.
I think for me, I look at Vulpix and I go, this is a baby. Like I just don't.
It does look very
I just
young,
don't think it needs like a pre-evolution. I don't think the design from this, compared to Chrome's lagging out. Hold on, I'm trying to click on stuff. Okay, there it is. I don't think this in Vulpix is really that much different. Yeah, Munchlax was needed. I think Mime Jr. was needed as well. I think they could get away.
I mean, dude, can you imagine like you have an egg and Mr. Mime like kind of
you see a crack and you're like, oh, what's it gonna be? And you see a finger stick out.
It's a Pichu.
And then you see one of its feet stick out. And then it like cracks, so it's got another finger and it's like It's like, hi, I'm a baby. That's so creepy.
Here's Johnny.
Double Slap in the chat. Great creators. They say they need to give baby Pokemon more relevance with some kind of mechanic to justify making more. And I do kind of agree with that. I feel like they've always, like, for world building, I think they're valuable, but for your actual playthrough, there's really no purpose for a baby Pokemon. I think back in the day, the purpose was, this is go out of your way to do this. This is a unique way to get exclusive moves, right? Possibly abilities. I don't think maybe abilities, but it was kind of just a fun thing that you could do to almost like incentivize the breeding mechanic, right?
But you know what's funny? We actually, yeah, okay, never mind. But I
what?
do think,
What's funny?
I do think what I was gonna say was incorrect, but
Okay.
I do think, and this is coming from probably baby Pokemon's biggest hater, but I do like them when they make, like, what we were just talking about. Like, I can't imagine a Mr. Mime being a baby.
Yeah.
So give it a baby, and I feel like they've been pretty good at that so far. Like Electabuzz, Magmar, those Pokemon getting it like that. I think those are Pokemon
those initial
that
Gen
Jinx,
2
Mr. Mime.
Totally. The initial Gen 2, they're like I definitely think we didn't need Cleffa or Igglybuff. I don't think we even needed Pichu.
I think that was probably more for popularity. Like,
sure.
It was like, it's kind of like when they introduced Mega Evolutions, and it's like, well, we gotta toss one to Charizard. I think it was like that. Like, it's like, oh, we're doing this new baby thing. Well, why don't you give it to Pichu, Jigglypuff, and Clefairy, because those are cutesy mons. So it's like, it's doubly cute because the cute little baby now has a cute little baby.
We got some cool ideas in chat that I kind of want to read off, but I guess what they could do to maybe like fix baby Pokemon, like the only real issue with mechanically with baby Pokemon is that when you're breeding, like I remember breeding for a competitive Electivire, and every time I got a good Elekid, I had to then go into the wild and level it up to evolve it in order to create the next generation of whatever to get the better stats, right? I think that's the only real problem with beta Pokemon, with baby Pokemon, and what they could do to fix that is just maybe correct it where they could still reproduce. I don't know. When you take that out of the game, that's weird. But obviously that's not what I'm saying. So a couple other ideas here from Charcivic Valley. He says it would be so cool if we got a new Eeveelution that gives 2 times instead of the 1.5 in defense and special defense for the first stage Pokemon that have 3 members in the line. Gives the babies more usability. And that is cool. And that would actually reward, that would reward a wider pool of Pokemon, not just the babies. Let's see. And then, Gendy's backing me up. Dusty exclusive abilities through breeding should have been what hidden abilities ended up. Yeah.
That would have been cool.
That would have been cool. Because again, it rewards you for doing that mechanic. I just think, I would like to see more babies in the future. Like literally pick any Pokemon and make it a baby. Or don't even make it a baby. Just make it a first stage. Just give us more first stage.
They kind of made it that way. Because so Riolu can have Prankster.
Yeah.
But the issue is that Lucario can't. So it's like you can breed to get an ability the Pokemon doesn't have, but the issue is there's no way to get Lucario with Prankster.
Yeah. It's tough, man. I don't know, because then it's like, I don't know. The more I look at this Vulpix, I actually do love it. I like the little white tips on its tail.
It's cute.
I like the...
It's cute, but it's just not needed. Like, does this look... It is a great design.
It's honestly really cute.
More like a baby than Vulpix, you know what I mean?
You know what it looks like?
Much.
It looks like Thievul.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Nickit, yeah.
And we got baby. That is cool that it just was continued. How much more time do you have, Lumi?
How much time are you thinking?
There's definitely
There's the cute Victini with a bell.
I know, that's so cute.
Victini with
Did
a
you buy this?
I wish. I'd love my little victory Pokemon with a bell.
I know. That is pretty good.
Bless me with victory.
You think we'll be able to get this in
little bell?
You think we'll be able to get this in Legends EA?
You know what's funny? I actually put, I know this has like no relation to ZA, but I'd like a mega for this. And someone actually said, well, the Liberty Garden, that's where Victini's like found and all. That if you're looking at real world history, that would have been given to Unova from Kalos. I was like, oh,
wow,
shoot.
yes, dude.
That's
so
like,
true.
There's more of a reason for Victini to be in ZA than there is Zeraora. That's for sure.
That's true. And there is a lot of connection between Unova and Kalos. That would be cool to see when we play through Legends ZA to see what. I think one of the coolest parts about Arceus was access to all of the different legendaries. There's like a legendary gauntlet that you do at the end of the game and post game, right, to collect them all. So I am excited to see maybe what other new forms they give us. Not new forms, but what access we get to older legendaries and mythical Pokemon like Manaphy, Shaman.
Thing in like American history too, the Victory Bell, like because it's Victini with the bell.
Yeah.
Isn't that a thing? The Victory Bell. Or no, Liberty Bell. Liberty Bell.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's my bad. Yeah. Dang. I knew there was a bell that
yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, Liberty Bell.
Because it is a weird choice to give Like, why did they give that plush of Victini a bell?
I don't know. It's like
that's official.
It's like a little Christmas bell.
Right. It's not like I found a. Oh, you know what? It might have been like Christmas merch.
Oh, dude.
They do that.
Curtis Dudley, got to call you out. You're asking. Question: how do I join the Battle League? Lumi, you wanna give a plug?
Yes. Okay. So first, you have to be a channel member or Patreon. I don't know if you're either, so I'm not going to make the
$5 a month.
You have to be either
as low as $5 a month.
Mm-hmm. Though, if you were to do $10, even just for the first month, that would make you eligible. That would make you a box legendary, which would make you eligible for the Christmas card in November. Because if you sign up right now, even though it's not November, it's October 30th. Memberships last a month. So if you sign up right now, you will be a member in November. Because November 1st, I'm going to start keeping track.
Yeah. This was last year's.
That was last year's, yeah.
This was last
Very
year's.
Good. Love that art. That was by Marinos.
Yeah, dude.
Great
There's
guy.
a little secret message on the back from us. We'll ship this right to your house.
Can't
we
reveal
shipped
it.
one of these to Dr. Lava last year.
But anyways,
and he's in
the man
China.
asked about the Battle League. I don't want to leave him hanging.
Oh, sure.
But we're so ADHD. We're such a bad combination. But
wait, hold that thought.
So then when you have that, you need to join our Discord. Then make sure your Discord is synced to your YouTube or Patreon, whichever one you're using to become a member.
Yeah.
There's instructions on how to do that in the welcome log of the Discord. And then you just go right down to the little league channels. There's a whole section called the Hidden Power League. And, you can look at, we've got on the league info page, you can see all our gym leaders and their rosters. You can see the rules, all that stuff. And that's how you can join the Battle League. Please do. It's a lot of fun. Great people in there. Great battlers in there. And also Dusty and I are Elite Four members. So if you do decide to take on the Battle League, we will see you, and you will not get past us.
Yeah, you won't beat me. I do owe some people some battles. I do owe some people some battles. But this is how you get in right here. This is on Patreon if that's what you want. And you also get when you also join, you also get access to all of there's like 25 over 25 bonus podcasts.
Hold up, show them. Like scroll through it so people can see like, oh wow,
yeah, let me go to
that's them.
Home.
Show the people we ain't lying. Like these aren't like 3-minute little clips. These are like
you guys see these
hour-long-ish podcasts. Some are like 30 minutes, but you see, look at that. Dusty found God. What does that even mean?
It's not even. It
sounds religious, but it's actually really not.
Yeah, they're kind of hidden down here, but these are all these different podcasts with all these cool creators. We have look at them. But I almost just leaked it. I almost just leaked it. I almost just leaked an episode. But this is a better way to do it right here. Here we go. Here's all these episodes that you get access to. If you love Hidden Power, if you're craving more content, you go. Here's it all.
Soul made an octopus in that episode.
He did.
And you get to watch him do it.
You can actually watch SoulSilverArt's face reveal. If you didn't know, at one point he was a mystery to us all. He was a mystery to us all. We also have a super chat here by Devin Knox.
Hello, Devin.
Thank you, Devin. You're wrong, Lumi. Cheese Cat deserved to be in ZA.
What is Cheese Cat?
I don't know. Cheese Cat? Oh, is Cheese Cat Victini?
Is Victini cheese or a cat? I thought it was more Apple Rabbit.
Yeah, it is Apple Rabbit. Wait, what's Cheese Cat?
What is Cheese Cat?
Cheese Cat. Is that Nickit? That's not a cat. That's a Cheese Cat. Who's Cheese Cat? Someone help me out in the chat right now. Who the heck is Cheese Cat?
Pokemon. I feel like this is like a prank.
Yeah,
and
we're gonna spend all this time.
Zero Aura. Oh, that makes sense.
Nice. I can see it.
Okay. Because what was the comment again? My YouTube's crashing now.
Yo, Ace317 just became a legendary channel member.
Welcome.
Shout out to you, man.
Welcome
Maybe the
club.
plug worked. We got a new person in the Battle League now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I think let's see. Is there more to cover? Let's see. Cuz stuff is coming out gradually, and when I woke up there was a ton of stuff. Let's see. Oh, this is cool. I didn't even see this. This is Zinnia and her mom. That's pretty cool. I love the familial stuff in these Pokemon games. I think I crave that the most. I'm like, let me see Brock's whole family in the game. Let me see Misty's whole family in the game. I want to see that stuff. Does Price have kids? This is the stuff that I think about. I'm like, we get so much world building with the Pokemon, but I'm like, do it for the characters too. You know?
Absolutely. Man, like there's that little detail. We talked about this in our Kalos episode. That will come out at some point.
Yeah.
But Ramos, the grass gym leader in the Kalos region,
yeah,
he met AZ's Floette when he was a child, and that like is what inspired him to grow a garden. And it's like, why would that not be brought up in game?
Yeah.
Like you don't even have to make a whole deal out of it. Just like maybe, if you go back to his gym and talk to him after beating him, he's like, yeah, when I was younger, I saw a mysterious Pokemon. That's why I decided to do this.
Dude, totally.
And then it's like, you're not making a big deal out of it, but it's a nice little subtle hint that, he encountered AZ's Floette.
For real, man. For real. Yeah, I think maybe we take a break. Maybe we come back later if more stuff starts leaking. I guess to fill you guys in, I mean, I was kind of confused this morning, right? The last 2 days, the last 12 hours, like I got a good night's sleep. But we've done 2 streams in the last day, and it's because the leaker had information and didn't give it to us and has decided now to give it to us. So
it's not that they were holding it back, but it's that since the beginning, they've been dropping it in batches. So, first they dropped the Gen 5 stuff, then they dropped the Gen 3 stuff, then Gen 6. And so this is just the next batch. This was a 40 gigabyte file, so I guess it just took a while to upload.
Sure.
The only things that the leaker is holding back from is he says he will not drop Z. He actually says he will drop ZA just after ZA is out.
Yeah.
And also Gaia, which is Gen 10. He won't drop that until after it's out, and that is good. Let us hope and pray and send our positive thoughts that way, because if he drops that stuff,
yeah,
we're screwed.
All right. And with that, thank you guys for supporting the stream, for watching, for hanging out with us. I think Lumi and I were talking off air. I think we're not going to upload a standard podcast episode tomorrow, but you got 3 episodes this week, and I think we're going to go live.
I need to catch up on.
I think we're going to go live either tonight or tomorrow anyways. So you're going to get an episode no matter what. It just won't be a standard episode, but we have one that we're cooking. And I don't really want to rush it out. I think I just want to, I've got an idea for it. Like the podcast is made, but the packaging, just to share it with you guys, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I got this really cool idea for a thumbnail, a unique style of title, and I don't really want to rush it out, but I'm excited to share it. I think also what we're thinking is we did the episode, but there might actually be even more stuff that we could add to that episode if new stuff leaks. So that's something else we're thinking about. But anyways, we'll be back very soon. If you like this, if you just found the channel, subscribe, stick around. If you're listening to this on the VOD on Spotify or Apple, I think it's just it must be like a subscribe button, a follow button. Stick around. This is the #1 Pokemon podcast on the internet.
Amen.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah.
We'll
Go
see.
watch our Halloween party.
Yes. Have fun on Halloween. Tomorrow's Halloween. Oh my God.
It is. Yeah.
All right. We'll be back.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
All right, bye, y'all.
Hit the bell. I'll see you guys. Bye-bye. Nice. We're out. Oh, double slap.